Is that toilet still running?
Yeah, it's an issue that started yesterday or the day before.
Was it stop?
Yeah, after like 5 minutes.
After a couple minutes.
Yeah,
we're on live right now?
Yeah, somebody's got to come and fix it.
Yeah, who's that?
The landlord's son, I believe.
Good. Okay. Yeah. It's annoying. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're live. Unnamed just ended. Dan Katz will join us in about half an hour. Half an hour, as he would say. Kirk Minahan is here. I'm the host. I'm the bad boy of Surviving Barstool. Justin Trudell, Dave Cullinane, Blind Mike, who I haven't seen in a while. Hello.
Hello.
And what's this gentleman's name?
My name is Joe, Kirk. We've met one time before.
When did we meet, Joe?
Back 2 years ago in July.
Where was this? Here?
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah.
Oh, you were here. Oh, okay.
With Tim Ridgels.
Gotcha. You give off an annoying vibe.
A good start.
Yeah, doesnn't he kind of, or no?
I, on the other hand, said, good to see you again. And he's like, we've never met. I was like,
oh, is that true? Well, there you go. What's your story?
I don't know. I've been listening to you
Show
forever.
hater, show liker?
Oh, no. I mean, I've been listening to you since EEI.
Oh, great. What was that? I saw
you
some
love
tweet
that.
where he was like, I saw somebody was like this.
Said he was like fucking Mick or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Mick.
You hate Mick?
Hate Mick.
That's understandable.
Everybody likes Mick now.
Why is everyone's mic so loud today? It's been bursting. Just
I'm the
Maybe I'm
opposite. I
loud.
can't hear it.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
You're very loud. Turn everybody down. Or
I'm a
turn
loud
mic
guy.
up, I guess, if you can hear it.
Yeah.
You hate Mick.
I hate him.
Yeah. Well,
He sucks. I mean, I don't understand why you like him.
he's a good guy. You would like Mick if you spent time with him. Although I watched the Surviving recap last night, and he said Megan making money gave a great speech.
Yes.
It's like, put in your pants, Mick. Like,
He's a horn dog.
turn up a little bit. As I remember, he was fond of her in Chicago, right?
Fond of her in Chicago. Did we
her-
meet her?
Yeah, I think
I
you
was
saw
with
some. Her speech was so bad in that thing.
It was tough to watch.
It's like that high school football coach energy. And it's like, well, you didn't do anything. You literally did nothing in the game.
It was good. She made one good argument that she had she was like, well, I didn't have alliances with anyone. Like, no one was with me. But it felt like a point that she stumbled into after the
It's also like because she fucking like screwed up the vote, and I had her back the entire time. Like that was because she's dumb and she made bad choices.
That was also, she was reaching for a thing. She's like, well, I didn't listen to you.
Oh, like, great. But these people like her and Moobs think they like I said, I would much rather, I said this on the name, I'd much rather play the game I played or Will played or Rico even played and be like, you know what, I left it out there, than just sit there and wait for them to cut my fucking head off. Like, it's just dumb.
I have to say,
But she's a spectacularly dumb person.
there's one element of the final grouping where I think sexism actually does come into play. I'm not one for this argument.
Sure.
But I think if you look at Moobs, the way you look at Mintz, she is a hilariously dumb character.
But she's not funny like Mintz, like the Mintz speech last night where he like thought.
That's very funny.
Like, she's not like that.
No, but it's hilarious to me. It would be like when she was like, guys, we really did it. Yeah. It felt to me like I've been in the room when you and Dave have been working on the case.
Right.
And at the end, if I was just like, well, the big three, we solved it, guys.
That was funny. She's like, yeah, we're in Reliance the whole time. Like, you sure were, Moves.
But Mincy didn't think he was with anyone. Mincy knows he's dumb.
Right.
Rubes kind of thought she was kind of smart and in on it.
I guess. I don't know. She's a nice kid.
Well, when the owner of the company is like, I would never have betrayed her. I think she knew
That's
she was
crazy.
going pretty fucking far.
Yes.
But again, what does that get you? Like, if you guys had said, hey, Mike, you're in Survivor. You don't have to do any of the challenges and no one's
finish
going to vote
fourth.
you
Yeah,
out.
right.
I'd be like, nice. I won.
But I was going to die before turning a movie.
Like crazy.
Weird. But I guess in his mind, if he drags her there, she has no chance of winning.
There's no chance. Right.
So in a
like,
way,
it was smart of them to bring Moobs.
Yeah.
I just don't know why she felt like she
right.
did
Like
something.
Megan and Moobs had. I mean, Rico voting for Moobs. Like Mintz is a retard, but I guess so is Rico. But Rico voting for Megan is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. I told him, I was like, why? She's a good kid. He said at the reunion. I mean, at the vote, the first one.
She's a good kid.
You're just a fucking. I was in the mood at the speeches, but I was like, yeah, a little bit. But I was like, what the fuck? I mean, like the size of this Dan story is unbelievable.
Can I just get out in front of
Hey,
something?
I tried to break it years ago and I was silenced.
Steve Robinson.
I didn't know. Was it actually cut? I heard you say that.
Yeah,
was it cut out?
Because I remember.
I never knew that.
So Steve called me that day because I think we were in that thing had just happened maybe.
Yeah.
And he said, he's like, Dan's worried about some uncle. This uncle, I think, is deceased.
Yes.
Yes.
Or some other.
Mitch
He's like,
Trubisky's not the guy.
killed him.
yeah. What's that?
Heard it on the KMS show.
He did
before-
just drop
before
dead.
Steve deleted it.
And he's like worried about his family or something. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, it's his family. He's worried about it. Fucking, like, I don't think there's any big, but I did obviously pocket that You know, like I'm like, well, that's interesting. And then I saw other. I thought, well, that's interesting. Yeah. And I mean, I think we'll have him on a little bit. I don't want to give it away. You were going to tell a joke. I don't mean to give away your joke.
Sorry. Well, I was going to say the call name put me on as Boston Joe on the thing.
Go ahead.
I'm not from Boston. Let me just get ahead of that now.
Okay.
I'm actually from Saugus.
There you go. So
I grew up on the East Coast.
You set him up, Dave, and he nails it. Good booking.
We're all East Coast guys. That we can agree on.
Yes, yes. But the people like the blue check marks, like the Jimmy Tranias and the ESPN guys and these guys.
Sports Center guy?
Yeah, who are like, I don't know why anybody thinks it's a big deal. Like, first of all, hold on. No one's saying he committed murder. But we can all admit it's like he's the biggest sports podcaster in the world. Like, I think everybody agrees with that. Two, three, whatever. And as I said to Dave today, part of his career has been built on a lie. Like I know that like Dave's like everybody knows he's from Boston. It's like, well, that's not true. I don't think a lot of his listeners knew that. Like, I just don't. Like people on Reddit knew, and people at the company knew, but like the average guy listening when
it was new to a shit ton of people.
When the Cubs win the World Series and Dan's like crying, like that's weird. Like he's like a fan for 4 years.
Well, Mutt made a good point. I don't know if any of us said it. Like if all of a sudden today we found out that Jared Carrabis didn't grow up in this area.
Well, this is, of course, when I'm talking to him on the phone the other day, I walk him through this. My thing, I have a better one. My one is, I thought from a bigger scale than Jared is Alex Cooper goes on Call Her Daddy and says, look, I'm a virgin. Like, I've never had sex in my life. Ever. It'd be like if somebody called up and asked me a Bruce Springsteen question, I crumbled. Turns out I knew nothing. Just like not a fucking thing. Like, you know, Dan and I, we got past it. The game's over. We had a good talk in Chicago.
Oh, good.
But, you know, you guys know me. I was mad. He went up to me and said, if you vote me out in this pink, like, because he heard about the thing with Taylor, he said, it'll affect our friendship personally. It'll affect us personally. And I thought, well, okay, I believe him now. Then he turned and fucked me over, and I said, well, it's going to affect us very personally now. That's the way I play. Like, that's the way I play. If people don't like it, if the AWLs and those yak losers want to keep messaging me, you know, tweeting at bring it on.
That's a lot.
I am not like your guy. Trust me, I'm not going to message you and ask you to stop. Bring it on. Don't stop. It's 372 Main Street. The people in Chicago, they were all treating me like I'm some sort of piece of shit. No problem. I'm in your fucking heads. It's not going to stop.
Those AWLs, they're not just like generic sports fans.
No.
AWLs, you might as well. If Jersey Jerry can't have the Army anymore, then the AWLs should be a new Army.
But they act like the yak and part of my take, like they're just fun. They're just having a good time. Like we're having a good time. It's like they're way worse than the Minifans. They're way worse. Killing Rhea, which is fine. I mean, look, she played the tough game. If you don't like it, no problem. But like, bring it on. I don't care. Like, I think it's weird, and you guys are so mad because you think it's weird too. And I'll say to Dan, it's not the end of the world. I like the guy. It's not. It's just. He will tell you it's weird. It's weird.
That's the thing is about like, so when I asked him that, I thought he gave a fairly acceptable answer. It was basically what he said the other day on Pick'em or whatever the show was.
Right.
Or the Yak. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Not knowing, he later said, delete that from the internet. Right. And like, when you guys played the clip of the guy who was like,
ESPN guy?
He told me he went
to a boarding school.
All this stuff is way weirder than being like, oh yeah, like I like the Cubs and the Red Sox, and the Bears and the Patriots.
But I also think it's weird for these guys. Part of my take sports seriously. The fans take sports seriously. For a guy that transitioned in his 20s, become a sports fan of another team, and then act like he was never from there is just an unusual, weird thing. That's all. He knows it, and like he's acknowledging it. He's going around. I will say to Dan, like, and we talked about this. You know, he said to me, "Hey, you know, can you tell the Minifans to kind of back off a little bit the other day?" And I said, no. I said, no. I said, it makes way more sense if you come on here and we just fuck around for like 15 minutes. You'll be way better off.
Well, that's why I hated the blog. And I guess there were some inside jokes about his old blog.
Yeah, but
style.
the whole tour has been very like serious. Like and you know, the guys in Chicago, and I like those guys in the act, but they're also doing that thing too. Like, we all knew this. Why is everybody acting like it's weird? It's weird. It's not the end of the world. Life will go on. It's weird. I didn't say he fucking murdered somebody or didn't pay his taxes or any of that shit. I just said he grew up somewhere because I knew it would piss him off.
Well, it's also weird because Dan's that kind of a guy. Whereas, like, I made a video with Portnoy when I was an intern where I'm wearing a Red Sox jersey. If people found that and sent it to me, I'd be like, I'm just not a Red Sox fan anymore.
Right.
It wouldn't be like, don't get that off the internet. Stop it. Don't tell anyone.
But he's also built a whole office and had
Right.
people
That's
move
what I mean.
there
Like,
under
he's
the
the
premise that
Cubs
he's a
guy, the
Chicago-
Bears guy.
But I
Chicago
would
guy.
also say it's almost more like it's crazier now that he didn't just like come out and accept it because he's like a national sports guy now. He's not just the Bears guy.
He'll be moved.
Like
He's a
Carabas,
fan.
to me,
The reason he's so big is like they
Sure.
approach it as fans.
and I'm not saying it's not weird. I still agree with everything you're saying, but I'm just saying Carabas to me, like the Red Sox fan of Carabas is bigger than national baseball Carabas. It's different for Dan. It's reversed. He's bigger nationally now with sports, and the Bears are number 2.
But he's big for being like. Again, I don't give a shit.
but it would be like
That's the thing is, arguing this makes it feel like I care that he's a
it would
Bears
be like
fan.
if you found out Bill Simmons lived in Phoenix till he was 22 years old.
Dan has said on this show, you've had conversations with him where he's like, we've just never had a great quarterback. He rooted for Tom Brady till he was 25.
Yeah, like when the Cubs won the World Series, like he had been a Cubs fan for 4 years.
Right.
Could he have gotten in front of it and squashed it though? If he like didn't react the way he did when you called him out and called him Newton Cat, would he have would it have been like this though?
But here's the thing: I knew that look, this is part of. And I told Dan this. I struggle with this. Like I fight the urge to ruin relationships. I just do. Like I like burning stuff down, and I've worked I think pretty hard over the years to get better at it. But I knew I had it in my pocket, and when I was eliminated, and I looked at him. And I did that walk around the thing. I thought, I can do it or not do it. I can do it or not do it. And I said, I'm doing it. That's the thing. But once I did it, I knew he was then going to ask out of the game. I knew he was going to leave. I knew I was going to give that speech. I knew this stuff. And like,
But what if he didn't? Would it be this big of a deal now? Like if he played it better?
maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't.
I mean, people would be assholes about it online.
Yeah, his friends are defending him now. And the people who hate him are the people who think it's weird. It's been a big story, I would say.
When you said I've worked really hard at not ruining, could they cut in you going, and we all laugh at you behind your back?
Yes, yeah. Look, it was a ruthless speech. It was a ruthless speech, rooted in truth, though. I don't. He's got to work on that.
He should come out and say how many more lies are out there. Like he definitely has.
It's over. I mean,
that'd be a fun blog.
Sure,
like I've
yeah.
told this before. Like this is old reliable for me. And all that stuff.
I'm stunned. Nobody's tweeted me a picture of Dan in that Patriot shirt and Justin like grilling next to him. I have not seen that. I have not seen that yet.
Justin would have been like 4 then.
Yeah,
What?
that's the joke.
Well, you would do it like now, Joe.
Oh,
So,
I see. It's like a Photoshop.
That's what I'm saying.
All right,
yes.
I'm
Not-
learning.
Not an actual picture, Joe. That would be
That's
difficult.
implausible.
That would be difficult. I mean, you could do it. I
Justin's
guess.
too young.
That would be crazy if I knew Dan in like 2006.
You guys were in a game together.
And I'm just like, yeah, I know. actually.
It was Dan all along that groomed Justin into what he's become today. Maybe.
Could be. So I don't know. Like I said, I like Dan. It's past on my end. He can be. I have no idea. I thought the speech I gave actually, honestly, was not that bad. I thought I was pretty calm during it. I really didn't think it was that bad.
You were definitely calm. You were calm.
I would have crumbled.
I would have given it like a 4 out of 10.
Compared to Che last year.
I was going to
mean,
say, Chase was like worse. Like,
Way worse.
I
way
mean,
worse.
you
you
referenced.
started with a joke in Chase, though.
That's true.
Like, that's the worst fucking day of your life.
I wasn't kidding around. Yeah.
You
What's that?
referenced a conversation you had with somebody you went to high school with, like that.
Yeah, which is didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, did you real name and everything or no?
Yeah, because whenever there's a picture of Dan, it says cats. Shea Kelly's one of the pictures you
Shea
see
Kelly,
in the
okay,
yearbook.
Yeah.
Of course, my luck would have been like Shea Kelly, like freaking like died, and like Dan like paid for his funeral. Or something. But I was talking. I texted Justin. I was like, fine stuff, because I was thinking about flying somebody like that in to be with me at the speech. And have that guy ask him a bunch of questions like, why don't you talk to me anymore?
Did he cry?
Like, dude, what the fuck? You fucking asshole. Which would have been very funny, right?
I have no questions.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say, but Shay has...
If Dan burst out, clock side, and he has to catch himself. He's like, no, that's not me.
Dude, we saw Shay Hellenbrand that time at the Cambridge Side Galleria. That was wicked funny that time. Remember that? I wanted that. I am not overstating this. I think I said this. When I was eliminated from there, it's the Rico it was the angriest I've ever been in my life.
Sure.
Nothing outside of stuff that's happened to my kids or whatever, like an actual, it was the angriest I've ever, and that's again a me issue.
I was going to say, you're dealing with stupid people here.
Sure, but you get in the moment, look, you attack referees, you run into referees at basketball games. You get angry at things. You do this, you do that. You get in the screaming matches. But I was blacked out essentially walking out. But I knew the minute I walked out there, I was like, well, he's done.
I couldn't see. It might have been Francis and Will. I couldn't quite tell. But at the end, there's kind of a lot going on, and you just hear one of them go, Kirk's speech was a little uncomfortable.
But then the people texted different things after that. You know, so what's that?
It must have, because that day you said you like went from thinking you were winning the game to being out. So like if you were playing a shitty game, then someone betrayed you and got out, you probably
but look, I was a shitbird. That's a shitbird thing to say to Dan. But it's also, and this was not my intention, it was also a gift. Literally, like he wrote, the Band-Aid is off now. Like, there's going to be football games this weekend. He's a tweet, and every tweet for the rest of his life now Monday will have 26 of those pictures. The Monday after will have 22. In 3 years from now, there'll be 2.
Right.
Like, that's going to stick, but it should stick. Like,
And I think it helps that it was internal. Like, it happened within the same company. I think if that's an outsider.
That's literally a podcast series if you want to do it. Like a 2-part like podcast, like the biggest sports. It's not true. And you talk to people. Like, people do stuff like that.
Yep.
We're working on it now. So, like, but I think we're okay. I even think Rico and I are probably okay. Like, Rico is just, he's just a rape victim.
Sorry, I fucked up.
I mean, that's sad. The worst part of that finale was having to watch me and Clemmer sit next to each other. Jesus.
My problem with the whole game is rigged conversation, all that, it was mostly that the people in the final 6 or whatever the number is, other than Dave and Rhea, none of them did anything to get there. Yeah. They were just dragged there.
Including Rico.
Yeah.
I mean,
Isn't that how Survivor goes anyway? The real Survivor?
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of, yes. I don't watch as much, but I've seen it, yeah. I mean, Dan gave Rico 2 keys.
Crazy.
So Rico bitching about everything else, I'm like, you can't bitch about anything. He gave you 2 keys. You got like idol out of it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Only 1. But
Well, you got one, though.
Still, yeah.
I mean, so, I don't know. I mean,
Is that what swayed you to vote for Rhea over Dave? Is her hatred of
yes,
Dan?
pure hate.
Because going into it was like you were like
I was
set
going
on.
to vote for Dave.
I thought it would have been great. The 2 people I really wanted to win, Dave, I thought it would have been hilarious, and he actually deserved to win.
He did.
And I thought it would have been great if everyone just said, you know what, fuck it, Moobs is winning.
Which wasn't the final 3, though.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's what I was hoping for in the
That
final
kind of would
4.
have bothered me, honestly. I was surprised Rhea won, actually. I think the misplay at the end with her giving Dave immunity, I think.
That wasn't a misplay, though.
I thought the Will text might have been the most ridiculous scene. I didn't even understand
Yeah,
it.
I didn't either.
Neither did I. I mean, I was in the house, obviously. I knew it happened. But here's the thing is when people are like, I listened to those guys did a good job in the Surviving recap last night, other than fucking John and Warren. Was that John and Warren was tweeting a chicken fry a couple of years ago?
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus, John,
Go to the boobs.
put your dick in your pants. For
He made some making money comment too.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like this,
he said.
yeah, just perverts who think she has a good speech. Like, that's what that is. What was I saying? Surviving. This has a good job. Oh, they'll say things like, I can't believe that these guys didn't. It's like, well, once we're out, we're not watching we don't see this stuff.
Right.
I had no idea that Rico got I didn't know Rico was doing this mad chase for his idol. Like, you have no idea. You know, you just kind of, you see the vote. That's it. And then you go in and you vote. So, but yeah, it was, I thought Rhea or Dave were actually, I mean, Rhea played well. I think that's getting a lot. Rhea is getting annihilated on social media.
I thought Rhea deserved to win for most of the game. The just Will Compton thing bothered me because it was spun as
not her fault, though.
I thought they made it seem like Will was like, no. I actually want you to slice Dave's stomach. I want you to commit a murder.
I agree with you. I said staggering overreaction, but I can't not vote for her because of that. Like, it doesn't affect the game.
Just watching the show.
Oh, crazy.
I don't want to
She made a good point though. She said that like you have to pair the Will text with the Big Cat stuff. So now
True,
all of a
and
sudden
that's
your brain
separated
is
in
you're
episodes.
not. Yeah, I mean, I knew because I did so much of it last year. That's why me and Dave. That's part of the reason why they changed it. Like, I didn't text anybody in that game. First of all, who was I going to? I hated everybody in there at that point. Who was I don't have Rhea's phone number.
Right.
Who am I going to text?
I think Biz was the only one who was in there.
He doesn't fucking know anything. What am I going to text him? I'm going to text Rico. I hate him. Dave, nope. He runs the place. I'm not going to text Dan.
FaceTime moves.
I might have texted Dan like fuck you or something. I might have done that. But I think I was still in the building. I think. Yeah. But Megan making money tried to come up to me after the vote after the reunion the other day and like, she's like, can you stop saying I'm stupid? And I'm like, no, you're stupid. And she's like, well, I don't think so. I was like, well, okay, you're stupid and I'm not. So we'll go in a room for a million years. If we debate this, we'll both come out and you'll be like, I'm not stupid. And I'll be like, you're stupid. We just have a fundamental disagreement. Your brain is pudding.
It's also, she may not know you well enough to know that might not be the best way to get you to stop going.
Maybe not.
Would you please stop?
She had a tough couple episodes. Tough couple last episodes. assaulting Rico.
She won a lot,
basically,
though.
The spying thing.
She first of all, she didn't win a lot. I also thought about that. You're right, but she won 3 challenges. One was you threw a bocce ball. It was completely random. And one of the other ones was 1-on-1. It wasn't a full challenge.
It's fair.
She won one actual challenge.
Yeah, can we be critical of that last challenge a little bit? I thought there was going to be a little bit more to that.
Thing again. My goddamn microphone.
You got us?
Unplugging?
No. I can hear you just because I can hear you. Go ahead. Critical of the last challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought there'd be a little bit more to the one-on-one because it's so important. Like that's the biggest part of the game.
I'm just like that. Nope. Now you're fucking. I'm good. Go away. Thank you. Good job. What the
just have-
bring back the
Yeah,
but
what do you
we
call
did that lthink last year. I think it's also that is a time thing.
Oh, okay.
It's a week. I mean, they're rushing through this stuff. So I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I think it was that bad.
I like the one with the pool balls or whatever.
The one Dave won?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't do just because of time. You can't do the traditional Survivor. Like everybody stands on the thing. And sometimes those go like.
Uh-huh.
The guy's doing the toilet.
Oh,
That was fast.
I think.
it was like over 30 minutes yesterday. So it's
What's that?
the toilet. It was running for like.
Oh,
30
really? Is that the
minutes at a
toilet
time.
guy, Justin?
Toilet guy.
Yeah, guys fixing the toilet.
Guy's fixing the toilet. That's one of those jobs but you're never not going to work. That's a good job to have.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, God knows, but that's a work. What do you do for a living?
I heard it's real shitty though.
No, I was Dave. You booked this guy?
You've won me over,
I
friend.
was really happy with it too. What do you do for a living?
I'm a musician.
You're a musician.
I am.
What do you mean?
I play in a band.
Really?
We talked about it last time.
for a lit.
You don't remember? Come
Joe,
on, Kirk.
I don't care.
I know you don't remember. I'm kidding.
What kind of band is it?
It's like reggae rock. It's
Oh,
called
I remember
Sons
this.
of Paradise.
I
yeah.
remember this. Yeah. And you make a living.
Barely, just enough.
Really? You kind of scraping by. So
Why didn't you reach out to us for Laconia?
Because I live in North Carolina.
Well, you could travel.
you do?
Are you a real fan?
Yeah, I live in Clayton, North Carolina. Know where that is?
Oh no, I don't think so. What's
Well,
in
you
here?
talk about North Carolina a lot. You seem to like it.
I'm going to wind up in North Carolina, I think, in the winters when I get a little older.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's a great spot.
Thank you, Joe.
I'm only here for the show, and my buddy's getting married in New Hampshire in January, so I would never go back up.
This
here
is
in
January.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting
Okay.
married tonight, so I would never
Why
come
would you say-
back.
why would
It's a weird way to
Why would you say
Absolutely
tonight?
made it seem like it's like next week.
Getting married in January. He's getting married today.
Oh shit, you're right.
That's
You
a weird
said-
way to
you
say
said
it.
the show.
That is a weird way to say it.
I guess so. Well, the point was that I would never come
What's
back
your
up here.
January look like?
So you got up here tonight for the wedding. Yeah, the show. Oh, good. All right, that's very nice. Are you in the wedding?
No, just gonna be there.
I'm not going to give anything away, but I am involved in Jeff Delo's wedding in some form or fashion.
Holy shit!
Clemmer was so fucking drunk the other night.
That's on the notes.
So we have the two. When is Dan's calling a little bit?
He said, "Oh, let me know."
Okay. So we have these two rival dinners the other night. Francis comes up to me, and it is like 13th century England. He's like, my man, I am offering you a chance tonight to sit down and break bread with the gentleman. And I'm like, I want no fucking part of this thing.
And then he said, "Don't tell Dave."
Yeah.
What
He's like,
does he drink?
He's like, I didn't go. What does he drink?
Oh well, I don't know because he's like 120 pounds soaking wet. I figured.
Francis?
Oh, I thought you were saying Clemmer.
Oh my God. Well, I think all he does is drink.
Carolina fans know that Clemmer is a cider guy.
He's an alcoholic, yes. So, that's a shot at him, Justin.
Cider.
He said he's a cider guy.
I don't even. What does a cider mean? Like a cider beer?
Hard
Like-
cider.
Oh, that's the lamest thing I've ever heard.
It's a girl drink.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So, so it's 8:50. I'm like, I'm out. So we're done. It's over. Jeff and I go. We hang out for a bit with Clemmer, actually, and then we go back to the hotel. And then Jeff says, we're going to dinner. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll go. It was Jeff, Clemmer, Tommy, who I really like, Rhea, and Keegs and I go to dinner. And Clemmer right away is just pounding. And he
Can I
gets
drink?
louder. What's that, Clemmer?
Can I drink?
He gets louder and louder and weirder and weirder, and he starts ordering screwdrivers and
No way.
yes, he ordered they didn't have it. The guy came back. He's like, "Yeah, wait a minute, the orange juice."
That's a Dan Shaughnessy classic.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah,
Did Clemmer go, "Well, this is going to affect your tip"?
yeah, right. There you go. So drink after drink, and then we go back to the hotel. I am fucking hooked at this point. Then I see Will, and Will's like, I'm leaving the company. Come on. So there's a speakeasy downstairs at this hotel. it's just like, yeah, it's a super chill vibe. And I'm like, I want to kill myself for this thing. And Clemmer is, so I'm like, I'm just going to start fucking with Clemmer because he is drunk. And I'm like, this is actually great. I was like, I talked to Dave. I was like, it sounds like it's an amazing race next season. And Clemmer's like, I'm executive producing that. I was like, Clemmer, the only issue with it is that your show absolutely sucks. He's getting worked up. I'm like, the production's terrible. He's like, if I don't not executive producer, I'm quitting. I'm quitting the company. And then he got into the whole like, I'm a grown man. Like, I'll just hang out with my dogs and cats in New Hampshire. I don't care anymore. I don't care.
What a power move.
Yeah. And I was like, you think Dave cares? He's getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And drinking more and more and more and more. And I'm a conversation. It's me, him, and Will, maybe Whitney's there. All of a sudden, it's like that. Remember when he tried out for the job Idle and he did like sprint, that like basketball?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He sprints out of there. We don't see him again. He texts me the next morning. He's like, I don't think I'm going to drink anymore. He's like, I was puking all night. He's like, I was sick. I don't think he got on the flight. I think he missed the flight.
Really?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I think he was like, he was so drunk. I couldn't believe. And he did the mutt thing too, where he was kind of like, I know we fuck around, but like, what you've done. I was like, do not fucking finish that sentence. Don't finish that sentence. Don't finish that sentence.
Poor bastard.
But he gets like very like, and Keegs was drunk too, and they're talking. You know that thing where you're sober and everyone else is drunk.
They're like loud talking.
Yeah, and they're just like, and they're making points, and Clemmer's like, yeah, and he's
Loud talking, but think they're whispering to each other.
and they also think they're making like the most profound points of all time. It's just two drunk morons talking back and forth. Oh, disastrous. And he was blitzed. Blitzed.
I was really hoping for the questions were the Clemmer questions.
Made me laugh.
That's second best to what I wanted was a Clemmer speech.
Yeah,
I was
me too.
hoping for like a, sort of an indignant Clemmer, like how
Right.
dare you go against the pizza four.
Once he started talking, he's like, have a couple. I just looked right at Dave, and we just started laughing. Because Clemmer was like, have a couple of quiet, that thing. But I thought Clemmer had a good run the show. Like he made an impact. I'd bring him back if I was Dave next year.
I'd like that.
Yeah, I think
fun
he'll
to
be
look
back.
at.
Yeah. So I don't know how they're going to do it next year, but they're doing it. So I'll be there again. I think maybe I won't be invited.
You think an all-stars thing would work? Because I think what makes it so great is that everyone works together.
I've also heard like celebrity, like Boston Rob or something. I'm like, I don't even want to do that.
Like that would be kind of take away. Like who gives a fuck if Boston?
Well, their argument
Rob-
is like it's like bigger outs, but I'm with you. I don't care. I like it down and dirty and Barstool people.
The idea of former Barstool people is not bad.
No, I mean, look,
it's
if
some
you
current,
can
some
get Pat
former.
McAfee and Alex Cooper,
Right,
and
exactly,
Jared Carabas, and yeah, I
I
don't.
don't know who else would be on that list, but
None of them would risk
I don't
that
know.
situation.
If,
to
Pat
Dave.
McAfee's
Carabas
taking
might.
a week off. Yep.
Oh,
might.
Carabas would.
Yeah.
Carabas would.
I don't know if Pat McAfee's taking a week off for a chance to win $250,000.
Yeah.
I don't. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, also, I can't think of if you do 12, I can't think of 12 people.
well, that's the thing. If those guys are paid to be there, it takes away from the game.
yeah, forget it.
Which they would for a week of their time. I imagine they're asking for something.
I would think unless the prize is $1 million or something.
Even then,
Yeah,
it's like a
probably like-
chance to win.
And Pat McAfee's not taking a week off in the fall,
Right. Oh,
right?
that's true.
There's no chance.
They can't do it in August or whatever.
Probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess no.
Still college football in August, like late August.
Yeah, and he still does.
July.
He still has a show, like a big show, right?
The idea of the amazing race without Clemmer involved whatsoever is fantastic,
Great.
though. That's perfect. I think they should really run with that idea.
Clemmer would probably be a participant if it was 24 people. Like, why can't he just? He has to be the exec. And he's like at some point he's like, that was my idea. I'm like, no, it was not your idea. It's an amazing race. You changed the name of it to Rat Race.
Also, Kevin was the host of the first couple seasons of Survivor,
Yes.
and now he's not involved at all.
Right, that's true, but he wasn't. That's true. Oh, that would be great to see Dave tell, because Dave will definitely tell Clemmer no.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if he thought Clemmer was better for the show, would say no.
I think he'd enjoy it.
No, I think we all would.
Especially now knowing that he would quit over it.
It's like, he does that thing. He's like, I quit. And you're like, well, okay. I'm like, that's really dumb. And then Clemmer, you know how he is. He's like, oh yeah, you always say you're going to quit. He can't like I'm giving him advice. I'm like,
Yeah.
that'd be a bad idea. Like how many times have you said you're going to quit? I'm like, yeah, but you're okay. Like you win. I don't like, then quit.
But even to retaliate by saying, like, you make false threats.
yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say, Clemmer. So I don't know. Any other surviving thoughts, Justin or Mike or any of you guys?
I thought Dave was going to pull it out in the end.
Yeah, I thought he had a good chance.
He
too.
would have. He definitely would. If Rhea didn't play that card, I was like there just to be like, fuck you, Dan. I'll admit it. Like, absolutely bad. But like, I also don't think, like, if Megan had made that speech, I would have voted for her. You know, like Rhea played a good enough game to win.
She played.
But I think but I'll say Dave said to me in the thing, he said 60-40 Rhea.
Yeah. I thought Roan kind of made the speech I thought you were going to go with how ridiculous it is to be like, well, we can't get Dave out. We work for him, or we're afraid of Dave, all that shit. Like, you should vote based on who played the best game, which, of course, I think was Dave.
I agree. No, I think it's very close. And the thing is, I just didn't see enough of it while you're there.
Yeah.
You know, but Dave definitely was the best part of the Pink Wedding. I mean, this guy's flushing away. I just keep going back to it's not, we've done this 5 million times. The game is not rigged, but there are people like Moobs who would have never voted against Dave ever, and she's in the game.
Was Moobs worth it? Was like Dave says, oh, she has a huge TikTok audience. And I saw a Confused Duck tweet out, and I got to confirm from somebody. She did not plug it once on TikTok during the entire thing.
Oh, really?
That's crazy. That's the only reason she was in the game.
Not once.
So did people
She should be
like
fired.
Did more people tune in for her?
I fucking forgot during fucking that name. Shit. What's up?
So did more people tune in because of her and her audience, or Kelly Keegs and having females on the show? I mean,
But I also think, like, look, like, I understand a bunch of men fans like Kirk's not on, I'm not watching. Like, it's bullshit. Like, the game itself is the engine. As long as you have some people in it, you're going to be fine.
Oh, sure, but the idea of having Moobs on was she has a big audience.
Yeah, oh, definitely. No, it's stupid. She didn't do it. Yeah.
Moobs is the one argument you guys had where it's like, I do get that Dave was like, hey, you don't know anyone. I'll never get you out because you're a younger. Like, that element is crazy. Other than that, I don't blame Dave. I blame everyone else for being like, well, he's my boss.
I agree.
It's like
No.
Jersey Jerry wasn't fired because he got Dave out.
I agree. No, I agree with that, but people think that way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the thing about Clemmer. I'm surprised Dave didn't say Clemmer played the worst game because he kept saying that Kelly and Will did. I mean, Clemmer says he's the invented survivor. He's executive producer of Rad Race, and he let Dave walk him around like and just
Pizza
cut.
4.
I mean, I want to say, Clemmer, you think Dave Portnoy is going to take you to the fucking final three? No chance. I would give anything to see that speech, but no way.
I almost felt it was scripted because at the end it was a great callback for Rico to go, the pizza 3.
Yeah, that was right.
Poor Clemmer.
Chris Clemmers don't grow on trees.
He's right about that.
I guess
Right about that.
it was edited, like it was censored. I mean, at first, and then it wasn't, and then it was.
What was?
On YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Rumble, it wasn't.
Sometimes you could hear the swears, and sometimes.
Oh,
you
is that
couldn't.
right?
Yeah,
I
some
think-
of them.
I think they-
I got them sent. They sent them to me, so I don't think I watched a few on YouTube.
I think they bleeped like cunt, maybe fuck sometimes.
Sometimes, but sometimes they didn't. It was strange. It was like
Did
inconsistent.
Twat make it?
Twat did
It
make
was,
it.
That's great.
It is
I thought it
great,
was
actually.
bleeped.
That's good. It's a great word.
But it has to do with like the frequency of it, and also like like when you said I'm gonna blow up your fucking house,
Yeah.
like they'll bleep fucking house, but they won't bleep. But if you just say like fuck you,
I do wonder if Dave is going to be like, Kirk's just. I can't have Kirk in this game. He's too fucking crazy.
Yeah, but
You'll quit
the
the company?
reaction to
No,
it.
Pull a Clemmer.
content. Come on.
What did you say, Dave?
The reaction to some of your shit though was
Insane.
more than anything
Yeah.
else.
Insane
So,
as usual. Yeah.
That
But,
game
like,
does need a villain, and like,
They got one.
as you've said, you're the only one. Like, I was excited for your speech because I was like, well, he's not holding anything back.
That's
Like,
true.
these other people, they're all friends with each other. There's things they won't say.
I
Whatever.
was like, the only thing besides like the dance stuff, which obviously involves you, the only thing that rivaled it was like the consumer's hatred of all the girls in terms of social media
which I
reaction.
totally like. Again, I totally understand. Like they like. I see some of the girls being like, well, but it's like 4 people cried during the game, and they were the 4 girls in the game.
right.
Now, the argument is the male version of crying is like our temper tantrums, which is true.
Sure.
But those are fun to watch.
Dan may have cried. He wiped his eye.
He cried. Clemmer cried.
you never
Simon
said
did
when the thing with when you got voted out, you never said this is off camera, and then you were telling production that this is a personal matter.
Which was not Rhea, right? That was
No.
somebody with Rhea, wasn't it? Was that Mooby or no?
That was Rhea.
It
I
was?
think when she went to the room and she's
Yeah.
like, I don't want any cameras around.
Oh, yeah, but they showed it anyway.
Yeah, they showed the.
Yeah, right. They're not listening to that shit. And was like Megan like lying on the ground. It's like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Like, what was that? Enrico's so dumb. Right there, he should have grabbed Megan and said, we're together now. Like, act like I didn't get anything.
Yes.
And just vote fucking, even if you get Mooby out, it's still a win.
I was yelling at the TV the whole
Yeah.
last 2 weeks for these people to do something.
Right. Because Rico's mad at Megan. I'm like, you're mad at yourself. That's one of the few times Dave and Rhea had their guards down. They let Megan go upstairs and follow him around. They knew Megan was going to tell them the truth, which is crazy. And Megan just went right down there. It's like, yeah, he doesn't have it. I'm like, why would you ever fucking tell them
Right,
that? Why?
because Megan should have said, "Hey, they don't know you don't have it."
Or just be like, yeah, right. She's like, yeah, you got the key. I'm like, why would you? Why?
Right.
And then you can get it. Worse, you get moves out, and at least you can then say, I made a move,
Yeah.
something, instead of just being like, the whole world was against me and the chips are down. You fuck you. Like, shut up, shut the fuck up, you inbred moron. Jeez, you living abortion, right, Justin?
Living abortion.
Yeah, God. Yeah, can you stop telling the minute? Shut up. Don't be dumb. Read a book. You know, I think your brain's wet, but Jesus. That booze and drugs. Everyone there was drinking and doing drugs the whole time.
Ooh, that scene of Dave like toasting the glass of wine.
He
with all
knows
the
it. He
girls.
knows it, though.
was
That's a good thing about Dave, though. He knows he's exactly why he did it. Just to be an asshole, which is very funny.
Oh, I think in Dave's mind, he won the game.
Definitely.
I think he should have.
Yeah, he kind of
He doesn't care about the money. The pink wedding for him, getting us all out for him, just as good, better than winning.
But him pocketing the money would have been great.
Very funny.
Just the money going to no one.
Just zero.
How do you think you would have done in the challenges that you didn't participate in like after you got
last
out?
night.
Last night I would have just been like, I'm out.
I was going to say, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I would have sat
Thank
out. I would have
God.
said, nope, I'm not even going to try it. I'm not going to get anybody's way. I'm going to encourage you guys all the way. And I would have gone one-on-one for the other thing, right?
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
slingshot.
unless Rhea, which, by the way, if I get to that point, not impossible that she's like, this guy is such an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm bringing him with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, but a couple of them, like some were just so random.
Yeah, the horse racing.
Actually,
one.
the puzzle one, I'm not bad at like the one that Rhea won, the hydration, our friends at Body Armor, is a key to immunity. Like that one, that's a puzzle I can do. That's not a puzzle. It's a crossword puzzle. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I would have been fine with that. The bocce one, who knows? The one that Dave won, random. The one that got Megan in the finals, fine. Like the physical stuff, fine. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed.
I was surprised you're not better at the Rico. I think the Rico one. Like
What's that?
the memorization.
I'm
You
great
remember
like
the order?
remembering things like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like stats, but like right away, like bang. I've never been good at that.
Yeah.
Like I could, you know what I mean? If you gave me a word, ask me 10 minutes from now.
Right,
no.
right.
So yeah, it was good for Rico, I guess. I mean, yeah. But Rico thinks he played it. That's the thing about Rico. He thinks he played a great game, but he could only go so far.
No, it was that was the tough thing about watching was they all Megan, Moobs, Kelly, Rico. They were all like, "Okay, Dave, what are we doing? Okay, Rhea, what are we doing?" So it's like, well, you guys play.
Yeah, they're all afraid.
You start participating.
Oh yeah. 1 second. Let's get respond to this text. Jeez. It's like all in the
There's
family.
a lot of flushing.
Archie upstairs.
It's a punchline.
It is. Yeah. That's good. You get good timing.
If Rico was in the
Unlike
final
Joe.
three,
Yeah.
trying. If Rico was in the final three instead of Megan, how different would it have been?
Well, my take on it was if Rico didn't make a real move, because he would have essentially got carried to the final three as well. So I wouldn't have.
I actually have a question for Dan about that.
You do.
If Rico got to the, I think there's a lie afoot here.
Dan would have still voted for Rhea, because at that point
That's
he
what I
was
was gonna
he was
ask.
afraid of the blowback of not voting for Rhea.
Okay, because he worked so hard to get Rico there.
Yeah, I
and
don't
he's like,
think-
I'm 1,000% voting for Rhea.
I think he would definitely vote for Rhea, because I think he's afraid of. He was then afraid of taking more shit for lying again. I think.
Yeah, he had a tough night last night. Just the facial expressions, just he looked.
I guess, but I mean, social media is on the largely on the side.
It's tough as a guy.
No,
That,
but if you were just watching it, he looked very, very pouty.
Yeah.
as a guy that mentally comes from the Dan Katz, I have a lot of that in me, so I empathized with him. But
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, it's such a ridiculous thing to be that mad about.
Right. It's silly. It's just silly. What else going on outside of surviving?
Did you see this Brianna chicken fry thing last night?
Yeah. What is going on?
Unfortunately, they were live on TikTok. So Josh Richards was doing a fundraiser for the fires victims,
Nice.
which is a very classy move. And apparently, somebody must have, one of her friends or whatever it may be, must have brought her a Kirk Minahan Show crew neck.
I saw.
Thanks
Yeah.
for the support. We appreciate it.
Sure.
She claimed, I believe as a joke. I'm just going to
We
interpret
have the
it
sound or
that way.
no?
No,
No,
because
you
they
can't.
don't on demand.
She said I hand delivered it to her, right?
At her apartment.
Yeah, I can tell you.
Yeah.
There's a $1,000,000%. No, I'm sure she's kidding. If she's not,
Justin, she might think Justin is you.
that's true. Maybe she's been.
She's like, he runs this place.
Right, that's true. I can tell you definitively that is 100% not true.
Perfect.
But yes, there you go. So if they're raising money, that's a very nice thing. But yeah, no, I have never. I've spoken to Brianna Chick-fil-A, I think, once in my life at Rough and Rowdy. If you remember, Dave, she was there. You
Yes.
bailed, but yeah, she was.
That's right, I did.
She was to watch Alex Bennett
I
beat
thought
the
something-
shit out of Cupcake.
I thought something happened later with you. I thought you saw her again, something with like possibly meeting Springsteen through Zach Bryan.
No, somebody's throwing that out there or something. But,
but didn't you meet her?
thought
Isn't that where you talked about it with her at one
I
point?
think you talked about it with her there. No.
Oh no! It was was she with him like
20th
last year
anniversary?
surviving
20th anniversary, maybe?
a year ago? I didn't see her
the
there.
20th anniversary. We definitely saw her there.
I didn't speak to her. I don't think. I don't. Maybe I did. But the surviving last year in New York, I ran into her.
Okay.
Was she with Zach Bryan a year ago?
Definitely a year ago, but I don't know
Okay,
if that would.
we might talk to her maybe then. I don't know. But like I've had four. Point is, I did not hand deliver it, but it's very nice they're raising money. I
The
suppose.
sisters were concerned. Apparently, the chat was lit up. Will you?
I'll say this right now: that if they believe that that's true, sayonara, sisters.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have that much faith in me, I'm already getting a menstrual cramp, which means they should be getting one too. I'm starting to feel a little bit here. I'm starting to feel it. I'm feeling a little puffy. I know it is. You gotta leave me alone. I'm a little cranky. They better be feeling cranky as well. If the sisters are going to abandon me on a Brianna chicken fried joke, they think I'm going to bring a Kirk Minahan show sweatshirt to her, then we're not sisters at all. Right, Justin?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
They should know you better by now.
No shit. You know what? That hurts. Gets me right there. What the fuck? We all had landing strips together too, Justin. I'm shaving it tonight.
Oh no.
Yep, I'm going bare now.
That's the sister.
That's a sister
symbol.
strip. The sister strip.
Sister strip.
Now it's gone. I'm shaving it. See ya. I mean, that's insane, the idea I would do that. But yeah,
a lot of people defended you.
I would
A lot of
hope
people
so.
defended
These are
you,
my
right.
sisters. I would hope so. I'd certainly hope so.
Right. But apparently the comment section was, will Kirk Minahan be on BFFs anytime soon? And she ignored every single
Sure.
one of those.
2 seconds. They want me to go on. I'll ask every tough question she needs to be. It would be good for her, just like it would be good for Dan.
Yep.
What else? Well, let me address this Patriots story. I will say Robin Glazer, who is, they moved her over. She was like kind of a vice president. She was like an assistant to May or whatever, or a consultant. Has been removed from the Patriots organization. I don't know if she's going to continue to work for the Kraft organization or not. I think that announcement will be official mid-February. I think a couple people told me. I saw Bert and Ben both said it wasn't true, right?
Well, she's still there. I mean, I know that. So, like, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
The tweet, right?
Said no longer with the Patriots organization.
That's not right. I mean, do I know what's going to happen over the next 3 or 4 months? I don't.
See, that feels like if that
Someone
feels
else
like,
does,
you can text Stacey James all you want, dummy. But and I saw Bert Breer a few months ago at the subway up and having a practice. And Harry and I went to a basketball practice, and he saw me, and he darted out of there like he was Carl Lewis.
Is he just mad that you got it before him, and it's just that simple, and he just can't admit it? Or
I guess I don't know. I mean, I years ago got along with Bert, but I don't know. And then Volan, obviously. I mean, who's to trust Volan? So I don't know. We'll see. We will see who turns out to be right on this one. I feel pretty confident.
Yeah, Maz gave credit instead of, because they also avoided mentioning your name. They played the audio but cut out the your name portion of it.
Who did?
Felger and Maz. Like when Bertrand was mentioning you and all that.
Yeah.
And Maz gave credit to Reddit for the news.
He did.
What do you mean they bleeped it?
No, they just
started
cut
late.
around it.
With Robin Glazer, it started to hit the internet last night. There was a Reddit chat board about it, etc. And
there was a Reddit chat board about the fact that Kirk Minahan reported the news.
Literally links to your Twitter account.
Right.
What did they say about it?
I started.
Oh, what did the Reddit? What do you
Well,
mean?
Maz was nothing.
No, he just wouldn't. Yeah, he doesn't know whether or not anyway. But
Right.
yeah.
I'm surprised. Does anyone know who this lady is? I'm surprised it's a conversation on Sports Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Well, I think people look at her as sort of like the whatchamacallit. What was her name? Stearns girl.
Oh, Marcy Turk.
Yeah. She kind of
running the show behind the scenes.
Yeah. So I think if you're an inside Patriots person, it's a big deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't fucking know who she was a month ago, but if you notice, Belichick started mentioning her name a few times.
Yes.
I think he hates her. She was, I think, a big part of him getting out.
Oh, those Belichick pictures yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How's he looking?
That girlfriend of his. Just posting pictures that they were like decked out in UNC gear
We're
together.
committed.
Nice.
As committed to each other as we are to UNC and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's
UNC
happy.
is a great campus. Been there. You've been there a few times. You said you liked it, right?
I like it a lot.
Did you like the people though? Did you spend time in Chapel Hill?
I talk to many people as I do when I'm on vacation at great lengths. Sometimes I would grab somebody, go to First Watch, the breakfast place, have a little breakfast with them, and just say, just tell me about your life. Not that they were assholes because they're from Chapel Hill.
Well, they are assholes from Chapel Hill.
This feels like it's a bit of a
pretentious and
Well,
very liberal too.
Well, it's a college town.
Yeah, but it's North Carolina still. I mean,
Yeah, but those are, you know how that is. Those college towns are going to be.
North Carolina's not that red, is it? As far as
It's kind of. I think it went Biden in 2020. I think, right? And
no, Trump won it. I think. I mean,
it was close though, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's getting more.
Look it up,
purple.
Justin. 2020 North Carolina. He might be right. It was very. It's getting. Well, what you have is these fucking libs are moved down there now full time.
Yeah,
That's
like you. eventually.
Yes, they don't want this shit.
and like me now.
Yeah, 4 degrees. Yeah. Well, the show's about me, Joe, not you.
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
thought there was enough about me.
What was it out there that Belichick?
I like this guy.
Mike, why don't you guys have lunch and leave me alone?
Holy shit!
What's that?
Trump won it by like 60,000.
In which, 2020?
2020, yeah.
So it's close then.
Yes, it was very close.
And Trump won comfortably this year? Last year? But probably more like everywhere else.
Yeah, they have a Democratic governor.
Yes, by like 200,000.
More is their governor?
Yeah, and it was Roy Cooper before.
Right. Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Roy Cooper. I was saying Roy Moore, yeah. What else, Dave?
Wasn't it reported that Belichick doesn't have a signed contract yet? They said that's normal, but
That's not true.
That's not true.
Not true. He has a contract.
Signed contract.
Yes.
You want a solo shot or no?
No, I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm the biggest Patriots newsbreaker right now in America.
It's true.
I mean,
Much.
That got picked up in a lot of places.
what's that?
That Belichick was working at UNC without a signed contract.
Yeah, it's false.
No, there was a buyout. Isn't that what it was? He had like
He has a $1 million buyout.
Yeah.
I mean, I have his entire contract if you want to see it. I mean, I know it.
Isn't it reported as a $10 million buyout?
No, for him, $1 million to get out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, yeah. Yes. He has a contract. He signed the contract. You're right. It's not super unusual, but he has signed his contract.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that his final coaching spot? Does he go anywhere else?
Got to be, right?
He's 126 years old.
Well, I
How
mean,
the hell do I know? I don't know. I mean, 2 years from now, could he go to the NFL? Maybe, but he'd be 70. Maybe.
thought he wanted that record. He's like, what, 30
I don't
away?
think he cares. I think that's overblown. I think people care about that. I don't think he cares about that. What were you saying, Mike? Something?
I had a Patriots-related thought.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think it's possible that the second highest-selling Patriots jersey this year will be Mike Vrabel?
Yeah, I saw that.
They don't have another star. Oh, other people are saying this?
Well, no, they
Somebody stole that idea.
they redid it. They have the new jerseys that they have now with Vrabel, and they're selling them at the shop now, which
Yeah,
doesn't really
and there's
make
not
sense.
another star on that team. I just think that'd be bizarre.
No, they have Christian Gonzalez.
But he's not a star.
Well, if
he's
they
a
draft
great
Travis Hunter.
player, but he's not like They
He
get
should have made the Pro Bowl.
I know, but okay, save that. Sounds like I'm in the middle of the producer show right now. Yeah,
we can do it.
Save that.
We'll do it.
But Gonzalez is not like a star,
Right.
Like Drake May is a quarterback. So, but you're right. If they drafted,
I think it'd
Hunter
be a very
fourth,
funny statement about where the Patriots are.
Yeah.
If the coach is
I'll
the
tell you,
second
they're not.
highest
I
selling
don't think
jersey.
they're that far off though.
Yeah.
Like they're not super far. We'll see.
I like
see.
Vrabel.
Well, it just seems like there's already a rift between the new coach and the quarterback because the quarterback didn't come back
I
from
did
a
see that,
vacation.
yes, where he's getting married.
That he still can come back. It's a flight. And Jim, I don't want all right. Now this has been said.
It's good for Jim Murray to push back on that. Like he said, you wouldn't come back from a Nantucket trip or
course
whatever
not.
to do a big day. In
To watch a
radio.
press conference, I feel like it's a retard.
And then literally a day later,
He doesn't
he
even
proposed to
mean it.
his
It's a shtick.
girlfriend.
He doesn't even mean that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
just
been
they
doing
just
that
kill
forever.
him. I don't listen to it much anymore. But what was I going to say, Justin?
Big Cat's good.
Oh, he's good.
Yep.
Let's talk to him. Excuse me.
Where was he? Buff's Pub?
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Kirk.
You really should have. You just should have voted Keegs. I mean, life is just so much easier.
I know. I shouldn't have played the box. Is my problem.
Yeah, I thought I thought about it too. Yeah, we had a good talk after. I think we're okay, but we talked about you have your insecurities. Obviously, I told you I have this compulsion to burn things down. So it was like a perfect marriage.
Yeah, basically it comes down to I'm a pussy and you're a tremendous dick. So
Right.
we really should get along.
We do.
Like,
We
those
do.
two,
Well,
a dick and a pussy fit
That's
together.
true. That's true. 99% of the time we generally do. So
Yeah.
But my thing is I've talked about, like, you came up to me because you had heard about Taylor, the Taylor thing. You thought it was you. You came up to me and you're like, if you vote me out, this will affect our relationship personally. And I was like, well, I guess we're taking it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, listen. The whole thing. I think back at it, like there's a million little things that you could play differently. It's mental torture, and I always just think back, like Dave is just it's a house of, like, it's a clown house that he wants everyone at each other's throats. He had the best time. I think everyone had lowlights and moments they probably wish they could take back, and Dave has zero of those. He's just a pig in shit with all of this stuff. And like that realization that you're kind of like a pawn in Dave's big game it sets in, and you're like, all right, I guess we're all kind of the same here. So I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
The first is, I don't think you understand that the Joe Buck picture, it's Joe Buck, but his head is bigger. Like, I don't think you get it.
I never put that together. I never Now, I you know what? I don't apologize for the Boston thing. I apologize for that. That was over the line. Did you?
That was really what bothered me. I was just like, what the fuck is he going at my Joe Buck big head picture for?
You must have known, like, you're like, this fucking asshole is just gonna go all in at that final vote. I mean, like, like,
I gotta tell you the funniest thing.
Yeah.
In classic Bosco, because Bosco only sees Bosco.
That is definitely true. Yeah.
The world revolves around Bosco and no one else. And I love the guy, but he is like, you've had calls with him where he calls you and he says, like, he just talks for 30 minutes about what his problems are. And then he says, all right, he said to me on, I think it was Saturday night at that house, which was a torture house for me. He said, how bad do you think I'm going to get it tomorrow from Kirk? And I was like, Bosco, are you fucking serious, dude?
Yeah.
I was like, it's coming for me. He just he can't conceptualize anyone else in the world but Bosco.
Right.
But yeah, I knew it was coming. I told you this on Tuesday when you were here.
Yeah.
The worst part for me personally is that we taped it and then it was 4 months of having to wait. Like, if it had come out right away, it's like I feel like I would have been able to just be like, all right, let's power through this.
Right.
Having it hang over my head for 4 months was torture. It was just like, get this over with. Let's get this show on, start putting them out. But I mean, they obviously need to do a lot of editing and everything, so it takes a while. But yeah, it's a crazy show. It's a crazy fucking show.
What? All like kidding. Like, so, like, is it like a decision? Like, we are actually, like, I'm just gonna be a fan like today. You know what I mean? Like, how does it? I don't even mean like an asshole way. Is it just like, hey, I like it here? Like I said to you, I was like, I don't think it's a big deal. I did it because I knew you knew it was a big deal, or you thought it was a big. It's like, is it just like, hey, I like living here more. I don't have a lot of family back there. But if you're a Patriots fan for those 3 Super Bowls, in like 07,
a slow process. Well, part of it was not living there anymore, after 01. So it's like you start to lose a little bit of the connection as much and like not going back as much. And then it was a slow process where it's like, listen, I always had a connection to Chicago in some way. So there was always like, and I know this is going to be lame. People are going to say, you can't have second teams, but those were my second team, so to speak. Like, I always wanted them to do well because I wanted to talk to my, family about that, who lived here. And then it was like, I love this city. I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. I'm going to raise my kids here. And there's probably some deep-seated therapy shit I need to go through where, like, my parents weren't originally from Boston. So it's like you know what I mean? Like, there's probably some deep stuff that I got to unpack with my therapist and maybe talk about you. I still have to talk about you with my therapist.
You haven't talked about me with your therapist yet? I've talked about you. I talked about you with my therapist.
How did that go?
It was fine. I said this was another example of somebody who, because I was legitimately, when you did the friendship thing to me and then wound up fucking me over, because like we were good friends.
Right.
And I think we're trying, I think you would agree with that. And like, we're trying to sort of repair this thing. But after surviving, I was like, this is another example of me like torching another friendship. Like I was saying before you got on, when I got eliminated and I walked around there, I could have not said that. Like life would have gone on, but I did say it. And I'm like, why? And his point is, well, because you felt like close enough, like you felt like you were kind of abandoned. I was like, I kind of do. And I get super worked up. And I don't, like, me, like, it's like, and I said to you, I was like, honestly, it was fucking Dan's fault because he knows I'm crazy. Like,
believe me, I put a lot of the blame on me. Like I said, I wish I had fucking not opened that goddamn box. Like, that was because I would have voted for Kelly. That was that part.
By the way, as you wrote though, like, this is like, now it's like, because nobody, like, I know you get shit online, the Patriots, but like nobody thinks it's a big deal. Like I will say this, I keep saying it, like I can see how a part of my Take fan would be like, boy, it's weird that he kind of built this person, but now it's like, well, all right, who cares? He's a good, like, I'll listen to the pod. I think you were worried it was going to like affect the listenership and all. It's not going to do that.
No, I made it a huge deal in my head where it was like, and my wife said this to me the other night. She's like, you didn't kill anyone. Like, it's not like this, you know what I mean? Like, there are serious things that happen that, that are just so different. Like, this is obviously a big thing to you, but like, life moves on, and there'll be some people who probably hate my guts, and that's really what it comes down to. And you know this about me. I don't like feeling, I feel uncomfortable when people dislike me, and I'm working on that. That's really what I'm talking about in therapy, trying not to be a people pleaser, trying to be like, hey, look, if you have problems with me, those are your problems. I'm going to keep living my life and do the best I can. But it's also, I mean, a lot of people have reached out and been like, hey, you've helped my career and you've done this for me. And like, so the whole thing has been crazy. And I think I said this to you on Tuesday, like, I've had an incredible life. I've had an incredible career. I had, I was very well liked. I think I still am, but sometimes the internet calls your number and you got to step in the box and take a couple 99-mile-an-hour fastballs to your head. And like, that's it. Like, you just got to power through it. And I've never, I tried not to mope about it. I tried not to be a bitch about it. It's like, you got to just power through it and keep going on. I did have a couple other questions for you.
Well, let me ask you one before you ask yours.
Yeah.
Is it like a Daniel Day-Lewis thing where you've been just hiding a massive Boston accent the whole time?
No.
Okay.
That would be exhausting. They're from the area, so that I never had that. And I was talking to Feidelberg the other day, and he was like, yeah, I never even thought twice about it because I never was like, oh, the Patriots win. I'm like, oh, fights, that was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I think I lost $30,000 betting on the Falcons against the Patriots in that Super Bowl.
Well, there was also look, we've had a caller, Dan and Newton, for like 3 years. Like Nate made a joke. Remember at the 20?
Right. People messaged me when I was an intern 10 years ago.
Yeah. People would message. I would get people who would message me and be like, Dan messaged me because I'm like. I didn't want to bring it up to you because I was like, this fucking poor guy is like, I want to say to you, this, I guess on me a couple of years ago, be like, Dan, just fucking like, but like, but there was this thing around you where it felt like because we talk, like you'll call sometimes, as crazy as it sounds, you'll call and ask me for advice. Right. And I same with you, one of the few people I could do with. Even then, like being able to say to you, like, "Hey, Dan," I felt like there was a bubble around that topic. You know what I mean? It felt unapproachable.
I kept people at an arm's length on that stuff, which was very stupid of me. And it's like, why did you make it such a big deal in your head? And like, that is partially why I'm in therapy. Of like, you gotta. Like the people that matter to you in your life, like let them in. It's okay. Like there's that like defense mechanism. But yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people do it for a really long time, and it's like I was just really stupid and shameful for no real reason. Other than I made it big in my head.
What is your therapist theory? If you could get it down to one, BetterHelp.com. If you could get it down to one, like what is it? What is it? To me, it's always
it's people pleasing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, what is that coming from though? Like, where is that?
We haven't gotten like so deep that like where like the root of it, but it's really just like even talking about this game and like surviving. Like there's some people who I still feel awkward with. I actually don't feel awkward with you because we talked for a long time on Tuesday, and that's like kind of all I need. But there's some people I still feel awkward with, and then like having that moment where I'm almost trying to push them to be like, tell me it's okay. It's like, don't do that. Just let them like do whatever they want to do. And if they come to me, if they have a problem with me, they can say it to me. And if they don't want to be friends with me anymore, I have to just let that go because that means our friendship wasn't that real to begin with. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
if the game affected our friendship, and, like to that point, then we were always coworkers, not friends. So
which is why I think we're trying to kind of get through this thing.
Right, and I think we will. I absolutely think we will.
This horrible thing. Which
horrendous catastrophe.
Which parent is there a parent that like for me, like I said this to you. I was like, it still comes from my dad. Like for me, like this thing to be an asshole was from him. Like you gotta fucking be tough. You gotta still to this day. Like is one of your parents that led you more to be a people pleaser? Like are you looking for some sort of validation?
I don't know. I actually don't know that. I'll call back in when we get to that because we're starting to uncover some of that.
I'll go if you want. I'm happy to go if you like.
Sounds like he goes to Justin's therapist. They just talk about the Bears.
That's
the one thing before you. The one fucking thing, Dan, who I've been good friends with for years. Like we have this talk, and then like he's like, "Yeah, really the most important thing." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Can I still talk to Justin?" I was like, "What the fuck? What about me? What about me?"
I wanted to get to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, all right. So there's a couple of things. So obviously, like, the final speech, which you looked crazy, and it hurt me, but you looked fucking crazy, crazy, and like being like you only like KMS because you're trying to please me. It's like that's not true. Like the
Well,
that actually hurt. I immediately thought.
Did that hurt you?
Yeah, it hurt
that's
me.
Why. That's why I did it. This is my own. See, we're battling our issues. Yes,
right.
Agree.
You're a tremendous dickhead, and it hurt me.
Right.
But I was like, I don't know why. I immediately thought of the KMS basketball team. I was like, you love that team. Like, what is bullshit?
You should have said that right there.
Yeah, I should have just been like, I was just so beaten.
Yeah,
I love that team. That's bullshit. But I thought there was a moment where I was just like, how mad would Kirk be if I texted Justin, like, in the middle of these 4 months, just being like, hey, like, I got your back anytime you need a job. Come here. Because, like, Justin and I, like, listen, Colnane is a soulless robot, right? Like, he's just doing his job. He's taking his orders. Justin and I had a real relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I've talked to Justin on, like, a gut level, and, like,
that's true, Justin.
We've talked. So,
yes.
So I was like, I hope this hurts him a little, but I knew it was all going to pass.
It was a time of war, and sometimes.
Yeah, I knew that.
You gotta.
Yeah. You guys are soldiers. You had to do your thing.
Yeah.
I also was thinking, Mike, you come into this because when Coach said all that, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to stop listening to the show because I don't even want it to seep into my head that, like, I'm listening to it. I make a reference. I'm going to resubscribe after this. But
thank you.
I did still. So I stopped listening to the show and I had it out of my podcast feed. But I still got an email. Like every other day.
Yep. I swear to God,
I checked.
I checked to see if he unsubscribed.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, from blindmike.net and from fucking Muttstack. And I got it every fucking 2 days.
Yeah, you think you had it tough before that. Jesus.
I was just like, what am I doing? Still subscribed. But I stayed
That's
loyal.
That's loyal.
I knew we would turn. Look, you kind of said this to me on Tuesday. I knew, like, once the game's over, we'll piece it back together. So I was like, it's just got to get through this. I do have one last question, though.
Go ahead.
So the Pink Wedding aired. You texted me and Rico.
Yep.
You two are absolute scumbags.
Yep.
I almost taped myself farting into the phone and send it back. What would your reaction have been?
I probably would have then gone, like, nuclear, like, just some sort of crazy.
Really?
Again, because I was like, because the problem is, I think Dan said this on the Pick'em one. This is part of the redemption tour. The first thing was Pick'em, and he said, he was like, you watch it, you're doing it, and you get mad, and then you like, even Dan and I, like, texted a little bit over those few months and talked once or twice,
right?
Then you watch it again and you get re-mad, like the anger. Right. I was angrier watching it than I was.
You learn more too.
But you also forget. I was like, maybe Dan didn't do that. I was like, oh fuck, he did do that. So you get mad again, and then so, like, to me, like, the game ends the minute we all stood up Tuesday, and everyone kind of talked, and Dan and I walked over and talked. I was like, the game, like, look, he fucked me over in the game. I was a tremendous dick back. Like, this is whatever, we'll be okay kind of conversation.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, and I thought the same thing. It was funny because I had obviously the opposite side where I was like, maybe Kirk will watch this and be like, I just made a mistake.
No.
And then I get that text message being like, you're an absolute scumbag. I was like, oh, never mind. we're still going.
Dan walking into the loser's house was like when the child rapist goes to prison. And, like, like, this guy's going to get shivved. Like, I thought there's a chance he was going to get killed.
It was torture. And I know that, like, it was also, like, for some reason, I mean, it's not for some reason, I'm a terrible gambler, but I, like, got absolutely killed that weekend in gambling. So I was watching that Alabama-Georgia game late on Saturday night after going through that torture, and then I had to go back to the house, and it was just, like, it sucked. But, yeah, listen,
and I was
power through it. You got to take your licks.
I was in, like, full dick mode.
Yeah,
you
were pretty nice to Clemmer in that clip last night.
Yeah, I mean, Dan was like, he's like, can we talk? I'm like, no. Like, at one point I was like sitting on the couch and Dan was like sitting on the floor. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, even I was
just
kind of
like, no one wants to talk to me. And then Mincy, of course, was like, I still love you.
I love you, Dan.
I was like, dude, I don't need this. Like,
it makes it worse.
I know that you love me. Yeah, like, there's no problem here. But yeah, it was it's a crazy fucking show. Yes. And I'm happy it's over. I also will say one last thing. Rhea's speech was crazy. That, I don't think, landed the way that she thought it was going to.
It did. It did for me, obviously.
It did for you. You got played.
I was angry. That was a pure. So what do you mean crazy? In what way?
I just think it was, like, crazy to just bring up the past and then be like, it's been so, like, hard for me at Barcelona, like, then leave. I don't know. I mean, it's like, and also, like, you have a good life. Like Marty picked up his piece. Like I don't know. And then the one thing that always has bothered me from it is the moving the desk thing that's become this huge thing. Anyone in my spot would have done that because I don't remember.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true, Dan. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that.
No, let me explain it to you. Do you remember where my seat was in New York City? I was at
like
the
in the
end
back
of that
or something.
It was in the corner.
Yes,
right.
Yeah,
it was in a corner where you had to walk down that little alleyway to get to me. Hank had already moved his seat to go upstairs like a year prior.
All right, so then he's gone. So
Hank
what's the problem?
but Hank is the producer of Pardon My Take, and he's like my best friend at the company.
Right.
He would come and talk to me about business stuff and shit we had to do every single day. I'm not going to make him walk by Marty and sit there.
But is there like
your Jorge Posada bobblehead and get the hell out of here?
Is there a way to do it though? Is there a way to do it? Is there a better way to do it though? Like
you guys make it sound like I put him in Siberia. I put him 2 rows away.
I always picture like Marty literally lifted his desk and walked like over to another spot.
I assumed he didn't have a desk. He was hanging by his underwear on the back of a door.
Is this really? Is it really your course of the old Red Sox Yankee thing with Marty? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly, no, I moved him 20 feet away, and it was like, yeah, I can't believe he did this. Like anyone would have done that. You can't. I didn't want to sit next to him. So I didn't want Hank to have to walk by him.
So you think Rhea's speech was crazy?
I thought it just didn't land the same way that she thought it would in her head because she just became like, I don't know. I think she played an incredible game. But like she did the thing that like people were mad at me about, where it's like crying to Dave, crying at the speech, and then going in the confessional and being like, I'm a mastermind. It's like, okay, like like just say you played a great game. Just do the speech and say you played the great game. You're going to win anyway.
I think she smelled the hatred too. Which, but honestly, Dan, that's like a good gameplay though.
As a viewer, it was weird to hear her go, I've survived Barstool for 8 years. It's like, well, where was that all week?
Right. But
that's
I'm saying,
where it didn't really land.
But I think
it's like, what is this?
But I think it did in the room, though, which is all that matters for her to get the 250, because all of us, there was such
I think she would have won anyway.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Taking that Vano, Dave was going to win that thing, I think.
No way. You might have switched.
No, I know. I actually think you're wrong. I mean, you might be right, but I think you're wrong. Like, honestly, if we had found out, because look, I stayed at the hotel, you went home. If we had found out, like, if Tara had come in or something next morning, be like, Dan Katz, I have a heart attack last night, the fucking house would have erupted in cheers. Like, there was such a concentrated hatred to you at that point. Which the difference between you and me is like, I'd be so proud of that. You're like,
I know.
You almost feel bad, but
torture.
Obviously, the biggest mistake was quitting. That I mean, you knew that to me.
Yeah, of course. That was 100%. I told you this, and I think I've said this on air, but like, it was a World War I, World War II thing where I played last season. I got voted out in 4 hours, and I was so pissed at myself for not caring. Second season, I went way too hard, way too early, and made way too many moves. And so if we do it again, I'll do it again. I'll play the game again, and I think I'll just have a little bit of a different. I think I'll probably last another 4 hours because there'll be people just holding grudges for forever on this. But,
I don't think so. I think that it's already passed. Like the balloon is popped. I think mostly. Don't you think?
Well, who texted you last night? Saying great speech, or was that after the speech?
Who's that?
Well, you said, did you say on a name today that someone texted you being like great speech?
Yes, someone did text. Not in the game. So at the company, not in the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is something I've been working with my.
I know you talked about this. You right away. You were like, "Who in New York hates me?" And I'm like, "I just made that up just to piss you off."
Yeah, but it's just like I can't have you can't let everyone can't love you. There's going to be people who hate me, and the best thing I can do for myself is not try to make them like me.
I had people telling me, I forget who it was, and they were like, "You think you're not going to be able to do like mini golf and Ryder Cup?" I'm like, Dan doesn't give a fuck about that. That's definitely not going to happen. Like I don't. No. I think we're okay. And I would get if Dan was pissed at me and like so, but like I think we're okay. I don't. I will say I know.
I was pissed, but I'm similar to you. Once last night I did. I was like, let's move on. Right. You know what I mean? Like let's fucking go somewhere else. Like life's too short to have a fucking surviving Barstool change everything.
Look,
So
when I was having dinner with Darren Ravel the other night, we were talking about.
Oh yeah, that hurts you.
Oh, kills me. I was so pissed. I called you right after. I was like, fuck.
I didn't want Darren
No,
Ravel.
the last thing I needed was that. The last thing I needed was that. Of course, it's quote tweeting the show account. You guys put up the picture, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a funny picture.
That made me so happy though that Darren Ravel was like Kirk and Darren Ravel skipping down the
I don't
street.
like that. I don't like that.
You did not expect to end up in that spot.
I liked that he had 500 tweets he could post before that one.
Oh, he's such a loser.
He is the biggest.
This isn't it.
Yeah. Dave texted me. He's like, you and Dan are gonna become. I was like, yeah, this is gonna essentially bring us back together. Our hatred.
Yeah, a common enemy. Common enemy.
Do you Drake? Were you a Sam Adams guy? That was a Sam Adams.
No, I don't even know. That was like a 2005.
I think you said it was you told me it was the
the Ben Watson.
The first playoff game that Brady lost.
Yeah, 2006.
Do you have that Brady jersey still or no?
I do not. I do not. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm a Coors Light guy. So.
I mean, it's good that you left the Patriots, and had fucking Tom Brady, and then you went to the Bears.
Yeah, what a loser! I'm the biggest loser of all time. So I'm a moron. I know that.
Any questions for Dave, Justin, Mike, or no?
I mentioned this earlier, but so you were trying to get Rico to the finals, but then you still would have voted for Rhea if Rico made it?
No, if Rico had made it, I probably would have voted for Rico.
Okay.
I probably would have. I probably would have flipped there. That would have been a lot different of a take. But like when it's Dave and Megan, and they both played good games.
Right.
I stayed strong. I stayed true to my word in that respect. I also think, I'll be honest, it definitely probably twists Rhea a little bit that she basically did a whole speech bashing me, and I stayed true to my word. You know what I mean? So it's kind of get that one laugh, where it's like, hey, I actually won because I was on it.
Did you think? I mean, I know obviously you quit because of all the stuff, but did you think there was a path if you hadn't quit to winning or no?
No. The numbers. I told you this. The numbers changed for me when Francis got eliminated, and it was me, Moobs, Rhea, Dave, and Roan. And Dave told me he's not voting out Moobs because I had the text where I was like, all right, so Moobs is next. And he was like, we're not voting out Moobs. And I was like, well, I am now a passenger in this because I thought I was in the driver's seat.
Right.
But now the numbers, because it's like Dave had Moobs, Andy had Rhea. So it's like I kind of am just at the whims of whatever they decide. And that's the crazy part about the game is you have to think 4 moves ahead.
Yep.
Where it's like if these numbers flip on me, I'm no longer in control. And I made too many strong moves at the beginning.
Yeah, I think you just played. I remember too because you and I had a lot of talks late at night up in your office.
Right.
Remember, and it was kind of you. I was like, wow, he is overhyped about this.
I was it was too much.
But I'd rather
move was too much.
I'd rather go it that way though than go the way like Moobs did it. You're just sitting around waiting for your Clemmer, you get your head cut off. I don't know,
Right. There also were people I quit and I hate it. I'm ashamed of it. But there also were people who basically quit because they never played the game. You know what I mean? There was definitely a group of people who just never got into the game.
Caleb Preston.
Right. Yeah, Whitney. What do you say, Dave?
So I don't know if Dan knows this. I was on a team that solved a murder last year. I'll be featured on Dateline in a couple months. That boarding school lie was an all-time lie.
Oh, yeah. That was a panic move.
Hold on. What else is out? What are some other lies that you have told? There has to be more.
I think that was the big one where it's just I panicked. You know what I mean? I was ashamed. Yeah, and I panicked, and those guys gave me a lot of shit when I went in on Wednesday, which I can take. Tom Waddle, who played for the Bears, his wife is
flexing his Bears now.
Yeah, but his wife is Gino Capellatti's daughter.
Oh, there you go.
I went into the studio. I went into the studio on Wednesday, and he had a coat on. I was like, "Why are you wearing a coat?" And then as soon as the show started, he took off the coat and he's wearing a Gino jersey. So,
wow.
But yeah, those guys are I've known those guys for a long time. Yeah, that was stupid of me. I'm ashamed of that.
You happy, Dave?
No, I'm not. Okay. There's got to be more lies.
Unsatisfied.
Which is fine.
I'll think of more, Dave. I'll text you.
That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know.
You know what, Dave? I've had such a fun 2 weeks. You know what I'll do is I'll make sure that tonight I sit down and I satiate Dave Cullinane's wants.
Yeah, it's really important to make Cullinane satisfied.
You can text me. You can text me. I know you like Tustin Justin, but
just give him
I'll text you. I'll text you, buddy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't there part
All
of
right.
you? I just wanted to ask. Wasn't there part of Dan, where like when you get the wrath of Kirk and you know something is coming, and you hear Kirk say to Rico, "I'm gonna tell people you are having an affair. You're cheating on your wife." Aren't you kind of like, "Oh, thank God, this is the thing"? Like I was surprised you weren't like, "Oh, this is easy."
No. So the that clip.
Oh, you
my
told me
wife
about
watched
this.
that clip and she texted me. I was in the middle of doing an interview. She texted me. She's like, "Why did Kirk say you're having an affair?" I was like, "What?" And then so I texted Hank. I was like, "Watch that clip for me and let me know what it looks like." He's like, "No, he's talking to Rico." So I had 20 minutes where that was pinned on me.
Jesus Christ.
All
right.
Can I ask Dan one thing?
You may not. All right.
Are you in for is he in for next year?
Yeah. By the way, shout out. I told Kirk this a couple months ago. Shout out Menners. No one's ever read The Room worse because I think most Minute fans knew this was coming by just the tone.
Yes.
The last 4 months. Menners emailed me before Kirk's birthday and invited me to come into studio for Kirk's birthday. No one has read A Room worse than what Menners did. And also Coleman texted me in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you told me this. Yeah, looking
like
for a job
2 months ago, being like, I'm about to apply to another job. Like, don't pass on me or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah,
All right,
you guys who can't read The Room. All right,
we'll
see you guys.
Thank you. See you.
All right, later.
Dan Katz, there you go. What were you going to ask him?
I was going to ask him how many times he's seen Goose. Something that he would have got that you wouldn't have.
What is that?
He's a big jam band guy.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I think you meant Andrew Augustus.
He would have liked that.
Dave?
It was for me and him.
Bad booking. I'm sorry. After Bush.
Was that, Justin?
Is he in for next year? I know he raised his hand, but like,
I wanted to ask
he's
that
definitely
too,
playing next year. He can't not play next year after quitting.
Roan did not raise his hand. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody there who raised their hand. I think some people.
Oh, I mean, Megan, or no, not Megan. Keegs blogged that she wouldn't
She's not
play.
gonna play.
She raised her hand.
Yeah, I could see her not playing next year. I mean, it's like, I don't know. You bring back like Wallow and Gillian? I don't think so.
Right? They didn't have any interest in playing.
No.
Apparently,
Moob should not be back.
too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Honestly, I'd say bring back Arian Foster if he's willing to lie.
I don't think he will, though. Caleb's gone. I don't know the busing situation. Or being able to play. I know they're leaving. So I don't know. Maybe I won't be. I have no idea. So we'll see. But he was fine. That's what I wanted. Like, just fuck around and answer the questions, and it's over, I think. No?
Well, that's what I'm like. If
I will say, oh, go ahead, Mike. Yeah.
If I had your wrath and it spun in my mind, like, what's he gonna, and you were like, he's actually from Longmeadow, not East Long. I would be like, oh, thank God.
I will tell you the takeaway from that for me is him bashing Rhea. I didn't expect to hear that.
I don't necessarily think that was the smartest decision either, because she was calling him out significantly and for good reason.
Well, the one thing I will say, and I forgot to mention, like, I mean, it wasn't just moving the desk. I mean, they did like galvanize.
I can't be friends with this guy anymore.
Also galvanize the internet against them.
He made a good take, I think. I mean, that's.
He went on Portnoy's show where Portnoy's like, yeah, so when your contract's up,
you're gone. Yeah.
Well, we did. I think it was you, me, and Steve that day, and we did like 40 minutes on them, like putting whoopee cushions on his chair.
And I talked to Dan that day. That's the thing about Dan. Like, he listens and he takes it to heart, which is, I get what Dave was saying earlier on the name. Like, that's a quality that Dave and I don't. I work on. But Dan was like, I get your point, but like, Hank's my best friend. I'm like, I know, but like, these are adults. Like, they're in consensual, like, they're not in relate. And even if they were fucking around behind, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone's adult, everyone's on board. You can't like ruin somebody's, whatever. I mean, it was whatever 4 years ago, but I was surprised to hear Dan say that today, but that's how he feels. He felt like our speech didn't land. He's right. I think on an internet sense it didn't, but in that room it did. And if I'm Rhea, I'd rather get the 250 and get some.
But what did Rhea
tweets.
go through? I don't understand. Like
Dave saying when she loses her look, she's gonna be. But that was weird to bring up that type of shit.
But it's also weird. It's also weird though when you break up, when you start dating somebody else at the company, and like the guy who owns the company and the second biggest guy at the company start an internet charge, Team Hank or like Tom Brady and all these people. Yeah. I'm sure you.
But I think that's weird to bring up in the game. I'd be like,
yeah.
They did that to me.
It worked though
4 years ago.
I think she knew that we were pissed at Dan.
Yeah.
And it worked. Like, she fucking won.
So who flipped? You said on the van ride over, you and Whitney would have voted for Dave.
Yep.
Who else? Because it seemed like Will and Taylor wouldn't.
Roan.
Okay.
Will voted for you.
Oh, I'm saying Will and Taylor wouldn't have voted for Dave.
Taylor voted for Dave.
Taylor voted for
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
It was Taylor and Biz, I think.
Taylor
yes,
and
Biz
Biz.
did. Yeah.
And Rico and
Mincy just wasted
Mincy
votes. It's crazy.
Nothing could have happened.
No. Mincy told me in the house, like, I'm voting for Megan no matter what. And I'm like, well, why are you playing? I mean, I know he's a moron, but like, why? I hate that shit. But I get it's entertainment with Mincy, so he has to play. But I think there were 3 or 4 votes that got swung. It was what, 9-2?
It was 9-2-2.
So 9-2, you swing 3. That's or 4. That's the game right there. So I don't know, but I thought he was good. It seemed like no. Yeah, he seemed fine. I think we're good. I don't know.
If you can go back like to the week before surviving, what's like the main thing you would do differently?
The week before surviving,
like
how would you approach the game differently?
Well,
like would you go in like if it started again today? Would you go in with the same mindset you did going in?
I guess the Rico thing would probably be the biggest thing. I thought I could get Rico to like if it was me, if it was 5 or 6 left and we were in it. If it was 10, I thought would be okay. I mean, ultimately, like when Dave was on that first team, I don't think it really mattered. Like I got to the pink wedding in a good spot. Like I had my idol.
Yeah.
I had my will thing intact. I got Keegs to that point. And I thought Rico was okay with me. So I felt like I don't really know what else I could have done.
Was the biggest mistake showing Rhea the idol?
No, because I was going to get voted out right there. Like I was trying to buy myself in.
Oh yeah, they didn't vote for you because you had an idol.
No, I think they were probably trying to get it out. So, but they were voting for me anyway. Dave was like, "We're getting you." So I was like, "Well, I got to try and survive here." And even if I didn't, I would have just bought. Like, at that point, I would have bought myself like 2 more rounds. I think if I could do it all over again, after the first thing we got rid of Taylor, maybe I grab. We only have like 10, 15 minutes. Maybe I grab Will and Biz. And Rico at that point is terrified of me because he just did this thing. And I'm like, the 4 of us are voting somebody else out, like Moobs or something. That's 4 votes right there. I know you guys are mad at me because of Taylor. I'm pissed at you, Rico, because of this. We'll sort that all out after this vote. But right now we are voting Moobs out. That's 4 votes right there.
Right.
Maybe that's enough, but maybe not. But even then, like I don't know. So like stuff like that. But I don't. Like the problem is, Justin, like what alliance would I have had with Rhea? She was on a different team. Dave, like I was never with them. So there wasn't really anything else I could do, I don't think.
Would you ever consider catching a few flies with honey and save the twats for after you're eliminated?
Well, I was eliminated at that point.
No, I don't think you were.
Because Megan said that the votes were in. Oh, I knew the minute I needed every vote. So the minute she said that, I was eliminated.
The way they show it, it's like everyone's still voting. So
I know, but I knew the numbers.
Gotcha.
Like I knew if she, and it's true, she voted for Keegs and Dan voted for Keegs, I would have got through.
Yeah.
So, but even then, like, then you're just trying to survive. Like, it's on me. Like, Dave has made it clear it's on me. So, and there were no numbers. So even if we vote, like, Mincy was going to vote for Dave. Like, the idea that, like, voting Mincy out was dumb, sure, but Mincy was on Dave's side anyway.
Yeah.
But once we got to the merge, he wasn't going to go against Dan or Dave.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is like Dave said today, he's like, "Well, people are mad. We don't get the alphas out, and then the alphas are out. Everyone's like, where'd the alphas go?" But I don't think that's really maybe with some people. It's like, "Oh, I'm just mad. Will's not in it anymore."
Right.
But like for me, watching it was like, "Oh, well, all the people left didn't really play except for Rhea and Dave."
Yes.
It was more of that. It was they saved people that weren't participating in the game.
Far more people didn't participate than participate, or whatever, 50-50 at best. Like they just were, like guys like Rowan played. But even guys like Francis started playing, but it was too late. Like once he started trying to get Dave out, the numbers were gone. He wasn't going to get them. Like if he'd done it at the start, the minute that team got together, and you saw Dave and Rio working together, I'd be like, "Fuck this! Like they're going to kill us at some point." Like they care about themselves and they're already get this alliance. So
do you think 24 is good again, or 12 was better?
I think it was 14. It was 14 last
or whatever,
year.
14.
3 challenges a day is a lot.
It's a lot. 14 felt very fast though. It's maybe 16.
Yeah.
8 and 8, and then then you get to 8, and then you do it. It'd probably be the sweet spot, I think, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? What else? We get a few more minutes.
Oh, I have a game.
What's that? You brought a game.
I did.
I wanted to ask you this though, real quick. Did you see the Howard Stern show thing I retweeted?
Yes.
Bob Uecker.
Oh no! I saw you retweet something. I didn't listen to it.
They tweeted out the Norm story.
Oh, they cut out Artie, right?
Cut out
I
Artie.
did see that.
And they even suppressed his laugh.
Jesus!
Like his laugh it sounds like it's off mic, but if you listen to the real clip, it's on mic.
That's fucking crazy. I should say, by the way, what a legend. I mean, Jesus, one of the few 100% approval guys, Bob Uecker.
Yeah,
just a bit outside.
I mean,
such a weird career too.
I know. Great Carson guest. Very funny on Letterman. Had a sitcom for 6 years.
Yeah.
Great commercials and that's the play-by-play. It's funny. The play-by-play is as a Brewers guy, he's known for fifth best.
Oh, right.
Major League for sure.
Yeah. That's number one, I think.
Yeah. 90 years old too. Could have made it.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
And the great David Lynch. We lost him as well. Coleman, very upset about that.
Yeah.
You would thought he was like Roger Ebert.
You kind of have to prove that you know the person.
Yeah, which nobody believes he's watched any of those movies.
He did say, I do remember months ago him telling me that David Lynch was his favorite director.
That's the kind of thing
what David Lynch worked as Coleman.
That's the kind of thing like an asshole. He wants to seem like he has bona fides, so he's cool.
I think he liked Twin Peaks a lot.
Justin didn't know something, so then Coleman had to make sure he threw that in.
Yeah, Coleman's never seen a David Lynch film. I mean, the thing about Coleman is he might be he's earned the right for everyone to doubt that he's seen a David Lynch movie.
Sure.
I mean, it's just the way it is. What does next week look like before we play this game?
What do we want to do? Monday, Wednesday, Friday is what we have people booked for, I believe.
Who do we have booked Monday?
Let's
some African American representation.
Mama K is not African American.
Okay.
I believe she has an African American child.
That should count, right?
I guess if she does. Great. Yeah.
Yep. Beanbag Ron.
Okay.
And Steve, Your Life to Tape, and Steve Show, who's a new one. Yeah.
On Friday. With Mike on Monday.
Thursday, I believe. Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays. It's how we can move them. But
okay, we've got name Thursday now.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. I guess we'll just go. Yeah. Okay. The game. Okay. Go ahead.
It's a trivia game. It's more towards you, but it's basically going to be you versus everyone else, even though you're going to be the only one to get these answers correct.
Sounds great.
I mentioned I am a musician, so it's going to be a music trivia game.
A music trivia game.
So it's going to be
excuse me, I beg
people who are featured in songs that aren't normally associated with the band or artist that.
Okay. I mean, the more recent stuff I'll have no chance on.
Yeah, no, I tried to make it more towards stuff that you would probably know. So the first one that you'll probably get right is who plays guitar in Michael Jackson's Beat It?
That is Eddie Van Halen.
Correct. Who sings harmonies with Carly Simon and You're So Vain?
That's Mick Jagger. Who some people think the song might be about.
Yeah, I've heard James Taylor.
Yeah, now it's Warren Beatty seems to
Warren
be sort of
Beatty,
the consensus, yeah.
Maybe Dave gets this one. Who is playing guitar in Bon Jovi's Blaze of Glory?
I guess it probably wasn't Richie Sambora, was it?
No, that's the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
It's mocking you, Dave.
Asshole.
I have no idea.
Eric Clapton.
Jeff Beck.
Oh,
sure. Correct answer.
You know who that is, Dave, or no?
I've heard of him, but I don't really. Yeah.
He sings Loser, right?
I think we lost him.
No, that's Beck. That's just like Beck.
Jesus. Why did they just go off? It's just thing again.
Okay.
Justin, don't say, Jesus Christ. I know Beck sings, but it's
David Lynch is my favorite director.
I take that very.
I apologize.
We lost Jeff Beck, right?
Yes.
Nobody knows who Jeff Beck is in this room.
I know he's a
name.
guitarist.
I've heard the name.
Sure, yeah, good.
And I do.
Dan Katz too here. Mike was in a band for 20 years. You're telling us now.
Who plays guitar as well as background vocals in Tom Petty's "Won't Back Down"?
Well, there's a couple of answers. I know George Harrison's there.
Yep, that is correct.
That's a Wilburys production.
And for the bonus of that, who's also playing drums?
Ringo's on drums.
Very good.
Jeff Beck died in January of 2023.
Oh, man.
You just act like you know that without looking it up. Why are you pretending like a Jeff Beck fan?
I have no idea who the guy is. I just looked it up.
Fucking Factors.
The Yardbirds.
Pig.
I'm a loser, baby.
It's not Jeff Beck. Stop. Don't annoy me. That producer show is so bad.
Not the latest one.
They're all terrible.
Well, I know that, but
this thing's not working again.
Which one are you hanging your hat on?
The first one that we did was horrible.
You know what hang your hat means? Hang your hat on something?
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
I figured it was a bad thing, but then I went opposite. So.
Well, speaking of the Beatles,
now it works again. You have a magic touch.
This fucking hat rack.
Those are new, right?
I don't know.
Do you guys think Justin looks like Thurman Merman from Bad Santa all grown up?
Go ahead.
Speaking of the Beatles, who plays guitar on While My Guitar Gently Weeps?
That is Eric Clapton.
Very good. There are 6 David Bowie songs that feature Stevie Ray Vaughan. Can you name any of them? The hint is they're all off one album.
The 80s album?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Blue Jean? Is he on that?
No.
Let's Dance?
Yes, it's the Let's Dance.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yep.
It's that album. He's in a bunch of those songs.
Oh, Modern Love? Does he play guitar on that?
Modern Love,
Yeah,
yep.
okay,
So China Girl, Without
Yep.
You, Criminal World, and Cat People.
It's a good album. I own that album. I'm a final guy.
I sent you a Bob Seger album a little while ago, Live Bullet.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's a good one, right?
Thank you. Yes, great one.
Who sings harmonies in Jackson Brown's Doctor
That's a horrible
My
album to
Eyes?
send, though. I mean, everybody would know to have. Like, you wanted, like.
I have it, yeah.
Yeah.
The thought is nice, though. Was he going to send me his reggae group's album?
But you should have been. You should have
Throw it in
predicted.
the trash?
Should have predicted. That's all right.
Well, we have a new single coming out next month. You might like it.
There's no chance. I hate reggae.
It's not really that reggae.
You said you're reggae.
I know, but the song is not really that reggae. I could send it to Dave if he wants to
Send
play
it to Dave. Yeah, we'll probably play it a lot.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, so...
Doctor, my eyes.
Yep. It's a great song.
Glenn Fry?
Graham Nash.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I forgot. I was gonna bring Neil Young's Harvest, but I figure you already had that one too. Okay. Who's singing harmonies and playing tambourine on Steve Miller Band's My Darkest Hour.
Ooh, I have no idea.
Sir Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. Did you know that one, Dave?
Nope.
You've been doing pretty good on these.
Thank you,
I wanted to stump you a couple times. It's a trivia game
I guess
for
it
you.
is, but it's...
You're not into it.
You know.
You
That's an easy Google. You know what I mean?
It's worked. It's like Mama Kate did one. It was all wrong.
Right. No, he's a
All
great
trivia is an easy Google.
Yeah, it's a,
yeah, but you didn't have to do research to
like
come
math
together with the
question.
name.
Has Google ever been like, you stumped
This
me?
is probably just an article somewhere, right?
You never done the hard Google?
No. So, I mean, if you want to know the truth, I knew...
We don't need to know the truth. It's okay. Don't worry. You're doing a good job. Don't listen to this idiot. Didn't do anything. Sits here. He coaches his own kid's team.
It's an easy Google.
Who's playing guitar on Rod Stewart's song Infatuation?
That is also Jeff Beck.
Very good. Who plays guitar on Joe Cocker's version of With a Little Help from My Friends, the Wonder Years theme?
Who would be playing guitar now with Joe Cocker at that point? I'll say Clapton. I know it's not right.
No, it's Jimmy Page.
Jimmy? Oh, really?
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff with the Kinks, too.
That's true. That I knew.
His sessions guy before. So speaking of Jimmy Page, which iconic James Bond theme song did he play guitar on?
Live and Let Die?
No.
What is it?
Goldfinger.
Oh, really? There you go.
All right, 3 more, Kirk.
Didn't he do some Godzilla song? What movie was that?
No, that was
Godzilla?
It was the P. Diddy mashup with like Kashmir.
What movie was it from, though?
It was a Godzilla movie, yeah, the one with Matthew Broderick, I think.
Called Godzilla.
Oh, it's Godzilla.
Yeah. Terrible movie.
Yeah, horrible. Who plays guitar in Paul Rogers' song Resurrection?
No idea.
Brian May.
Oh, there you go. From what band, Justin? Do you know?
Brian May.
Adam Lambert is now the lead singer, right?
Queen.
Yes.
Slash is
Good band.
featured on which Michael Jackson album?
That's got to be bad, right? No, the one after?
Black or White?
Black
or White. Oh, there you go.
Last one. This one's...
I hate that song.
It's kind of ironic that he's singing Black or White.
We know. We've I never thought of that. That's a good point. No.
Is that the one where he pushes the gun down on the music video?
I think so, right? I don't know. After Thriller, I didn't like Bad. I was kind of out on Michael Jackson.
I'll tell you what's ironic is that the video starts with the kid being like,
Raped?
"Screw you, Dad! I'm going to listen to Michael Jackson."
Last one is who played drums on the Queens of the Stone Age album Songs for the Deaf?
Max Weinberg. I have no clue.
Dave Grohl.
Oh, there you go. Good game.
Good game.
Sure. What else, guys?
It wasn't bad, right?
It was a good game. Yeah.
I have a question for you. It was Stevie Van Zandt better on the E Street Band or on Sopranos?
Don't go to the wedding. Beat the traffic. Go to the wedding. Am I wrong, Mike?
I figured you'd like that one.
Well, it's not till January. So.
That's true. Yeah, go back home and in January come back and go to the wedding. You say you're in the wedding?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not. You bring your girlfriend, wife?
No, solo, flying solo.
Single.
Yeah, seeing some friends there though. I haven't seen in a while.
That's nice.
Yeah,
it's always nice. Nice wedding. Nice January New Hampshire wedding for everyone to go to.
Yep.
Jeez.
Said it's cheaper.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Yeah. You actually got a break snow-wise, though, right? I think.
I mean, yeah, it's not so bad. It could be much worse. I don't know what it's like up there, though. It's in
where is it?
Just outside of Salem, like
yeah, probably about
Hampstead, I think.
Yeah, it's not too far. Do we have snow this weekend?
It's supposed to snow a little bit Sunday night.
Not real, though.
I believe, like maybe a couple inches.
That's a pussy storm. Can handle that. We'll be back here Monday with the new president being
correct
brought to our country on Martin Luther King Day, which is a tough irony right there. President Trump going back in the office is pretty funny. But yeah, Trump's president again. What else? 1 or 2 more things.
Justin is absolutely cruising through this diet so far this week.
Yeah, that's boring. I don't care. That's like a terrible producer show topic. Like what's the problem with the producer show to me? I don't think of it as a good topic anymore.
So we can't talk about
that's
it anymore.
disappointing.
Yeah, we try to talk more inside stuff after the first episode.
Yeah.
Like inside world instead of like topics.
Oh, dreadful decision on the topics. Whose call was that?
I don't know.
Justin, you could eat like 4 factor meals a day. You'd be fine, calorie-wise.
I probably.
Oh, definitely.
I could eat. From what I've like researched, I could eat I'm losing a lot of weight with.
They're only 300 or 400
You say you're
calories. right?
losing
Maybe
a lot of
5?
weight with it? You're one day in.
Yeah, but I think I've been eating like 16. It's like 16 or 1700 calories, and I burn way more than that a day.
Why not just go to the gym though?
I am going
this
to the
again.
gym.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, but it is. Do we have an update on the Howie Carr thing?
The what? Oh, the Civil War thing?
Yeah.
No, we have no update on that.
My mother went to high school with her and saw her.
Kathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And saw her at the reunion, and she
Not
talked
nice.
about insufferable. She said, my mom went up to her and said, "Oh, you're married to Howie Carr, right?" She goes, "Howie Carr is married to me."
Oh, I like that.
And everything was we. Everything was we, not him. It was a we.
Oh, yeah, no, they're definitely.
That doesn't sound like her at all.
She runs that ship. I can't argue with her on that one. Unfortunately, I didn't have my Miltons with me at the reunion show. I didn't realize it was a formal.
Yeah, you
fucked
had
up.
sneakers
Rocking
on.
those
I
kicks,
noticed
yeah.
that.
What'd you say?
Rocking the kicks.
Yeah.
I had my Reeboks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my sponsored
I thought it was
Reeboks.
good,
yeah.
Were those when they talked about Reeboks on Surviving? Was that sponsored? I couldn't tell.
I don't believe it was. I don't think it was.
It was subtle, but I think it might have been ad placement.
Don't think it was. Tommy John also not a sponsor.
Nice of Taylor Lewan to get dressed up for it too.
To be fair though, I didn't either, and they found me a jacket that fit pretty well, but better off it was Milton's, I would say. I saw Mick was making fun of my pants length, but listen, I was just trying to scramble, trying to look good. I would look much better if I had my Milton's with me. Miltons.com. They have 3 great locations. Chestnut Square, Chestnut Hill, Burlington Mall is our newest location, and of course the South Shore Plaza in Braintree, Massachusetts. As Milton should be as comfortable as stores, you'll be in our clothes. That's very true. Go there right now. Wintertime. There's going to be cold. Boy, it was so fucking cold in Chicago too. Oh my God. Cold at State College, too, in Pennsylvania. I can't get away from it. It's weird. Pennsylvania, Chicago, and Massachusetts in the winter's cold.
North Carolina's nice.
Yes, I like that it's not warm enough that a ton of people go there in the winter. Because there are days where it's like 40 degrees, 45 degrees. I like that, but it doesn't snow really.
We actually got like half of an inch last week.
Everything shuts down.
Everything was crazy.
My dad worked in Maryland, it would happen because they just don't have the stuff.
Yeah.
So like it snows an inch.
In Maryland?
Yeah, in like
Wow.
like towards the southern part. They'll shut down the fucking when he was working in Rockland, I think it was. He's like, yeah, they would just shut down work. He'd go, of course. He's fucking crazy, but like they would shut it down. But yeah, what can you do? But one thing never shuts down is Milton's. Miltons.com is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days this year, 66 on leap year. So go to Miltons.com right now. Our great partners at Milton's. What else, Dave?
Is this comedian Eddie Griffin? Remember Eddie Griffin? Is he a
Sure I do.
psychopath now?
I don't know.
I think he's always been the comedian.
Yeah, is he kind of like Cat Williams who just throws shit out there? Yeah, yesterday he basically said that the fires are deliberate. That somebody.
All right, we're wrapping up now.
What's wrong with that?
Okay, I don't care about Eddie Griffin is why.
He said crazy shit.
Good. I don't personally care. It's my show. I don't care. That's a producer show topic. Write that down.
No.
I'll be looking into that.
Well, BuyMike.net, buy Mike, Dan Castle subscriber.
Yes.
What's going on there?
I did. It was funny that he mentioned that because I literally did. I sent the text to Craig. First, I was thinking, I'll tell Kirk first, see what he wants to do. Yeah. And I said, Craig, see if Dan Katz is still subscribed. Sure enough, he was.
He was. He's loyal. Yeah.
We'll be live Sunday at 10 a.m. as always on the Blind Mike Project. And Why Are You Laughing? The next few episodes, we just put out the Life of Richard Pryor.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Downfall of Jimmy Kimmel coming out next
I like
week.
that. That's a good topic.
That's up for members now. And recording
today. The downfall of Bill Burr or Jimmy Kimmel? I didn't hear you.
I said Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, because I saw the two of them fucking.
It's what he's always done.
Having a lot of laughs. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty.
Free Luigi.
Pretty cuck liberals there. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. And today I'm recording the history of the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, good. There you go. Good. And you want to promote Joe? The band?
The band, Sons of Paradise. We got a new single coming out on Valentine's Day.
What's it called?
Hits Different.
Hits Different. Okay.
Yeah.
When
Is
you
that a Taylor Swift cover?
No, it's not the Taylor Swift cover. It's better than the Taylor Swift song.
I'm sure it is.
Much better.
When's your next live gig?
Well, we're doing some little mini run tour types things with Tropodelic and Bumpin' Uglies in March and April.
Where's that?
We're going to be in Florida.
Oh, you're going all over.
Yeah, up the East Coast.
Oh, good. Oh, listen, we know the East Coast well.
Yeah.
There you go. Anything else from you, Justin?
I was going to ask Mike if you wanted to see a comedy show with me tonight.
Oh, there is a comedy show tonight, Mike. Actually, legitimately a good one. One of your favorite comedians.
Who is this?
Andrew Morrison.
Oh, is that Andy Mayo?
It is, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Jesus.
I think are you both attending events tonight, Dave, or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to check out a band for Laconia.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Is that a yes?
On this short notice, I don't know if I can, but otherwise,
Oh, what a comedy fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to see Andy Mayo do comedy live?
Oh my gosh.
I kind of do.
Mentally in my head, it said pause for round of applause there.
He's in. Give me one. You have another one or no?
They're not good jokes, folks. I got room for it if I need it, you know?
How big's the venue?
He's screaming right there.
He's got good stage
Second of all,
presence.
he's
Killing.
He does. He's good timing.
What's the
I'm
venue? How
scared of you,
big?
motherfuckers.
I feel like the woman talking to Rupert Pupkin when she gives him the tapes back. She's like, "Your timing is excellent."
That is tempting.
How about that De Niro trailer? Did you see how he's playing two different mobsters, like twins or something?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's not good. Not good. What time's the show tonight?
It starts at.
It's for a good charity, right?
It just says for charity. It says,
Oh, that's
the
never
annual
good.
Now Celebrity Comedy Show will be taking over the Bradley Playhouse on January 17th at 7:30.
What kind of celebrities are we talking?
Let's celebrate the new year with lots of giggles. ... For charity?
Oh.
Okay.
Our celebrity comedians are ready to take the stage for a good cause. Please join us in welcoming returning MC for the evening, Scott Higgins.
Okay, you did a couple episodes on him.
Returning celebrities. The first name listed
Andrew Morrison?
is Andrew
Turning
Morrison.
celebrities.
Does he have his sunglasses in the picture? The one I saw?
With the hat on?
Is he like an HR guy?
What a hardo.
He's got a lot of friends in Connecticut. What do you mean?
He does smaller gigs just to stay sharp, you know?
Right.
He'll probably work on his new stuff.
How many people are going to be there? Like roughly
6,000-7,000 probably.
I thought at least 2, but now I guess at least 1.
He messaged me. He's like, a couple of tickets if you want to go. I did not respond. You want them or no?
I already bought a ticket.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I bought 2.
What was the message?
One for me,
you
one for
sent?
Mike.
Damn, Mike.
I don't think Mike's a hard no right now.
I'm not. I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it.
I think Mike realizes the comedy is going.
Mike, remember we went all the way to. This is like it's on like the same level as the Tom Myers.
Tom Myers, you're not wrong. That is it's tempting. Let me mull it over.
He sent me, he's like, would you like 2 free tickets on a comedy show? Obviously, you're welcome to attend in person. But the off chance you prefer not to go, I understand the tickets may be regifted at your discretion. Then the next day, I respond, like, snooze, you lose, my friend. God bless.
Sold out.
Hey, I gave you a chance.
Sold out.
No, it's not sold out. Trent Pappas III,
Nice.
Eric Gould, and new celebrity comedians Dr. Mark Cerrone, Dr. Erica Kesselman, Linda Colangelo, Reverend Riley Prather, who kills it.
He's good. Reverend's
Are these their stage names?
Rachel Linda and Tom Soraka. One of the doctors is a pediatrician. So
Okay. Oh, it's good to know that.
Yeah, what?
All right. So you go, what time the show? It's for charity. Where is it?
7:30. It's in Putnam, Connecticut. So.
Putnam, Connecticut, where Mayo says he's a big deal in that town. He always says
No
he's
way.
He says he's a big deal in that town.
It literally says returning celebrities.
Celebrity,
He's the
yeah,
first
a
name.
local celebrity.
So yeah, I would say he's a big fucking deal.
I could see him, if this goes well, I could see him in the car with Seinfeld, doing the comedians in cars, getting
I'd like
coffee, just a Mayo story. He becomes a huge comedy star.
How great would it be if you hear Seinfeld go, why do you have to be so annoying? Why do you have to be like
There's moles on your head. What's going on with that? All right, so we're back Monday with Mike and Mama Kay.
Yes.
As we welcome in President Donald John Trump. Did you vote for him? Whatever your name is?
Joe.
Joe, sorry.
I'd rather not say.
Why?
Because, banned political stuff. They say keep
Joe,
that.
you're not Bruce Springsteen. I don't mean to be an asshole.
Listen, I was going to go to Boston Joe's show.
So that means you voted for Vice President Harris.
We have some
boycott
some
Joe?
You voted for Vice President Harris.
No, I did not.
You voted for President Trump.
What if I wrote in Kirk Minahan?
That's fine if you did. It's a Justin bit.
You voted for Trump.
You voted for
Cancel
Trump.
this guy.
I'm not going to see any more Paradise Lost shows if you fucking vote.
Paradise Lost.
What is the name of the group?
Sons of Paradise.
Sons of Paradise.
So different than Paradise.
Are you guys playing it? Are you guys playing in the
Justin
inauguration
doesn't like
after?
me.
Or no?
I love you, Joe.
Do you not like Joe?
I like Joe.
He's a very nice guy.
Justin is giving him toot.
He's got energy.
bit,
He's got
yeah.
energy. I don't know what the. You been any network shows or no?
No,
No, not your thing.
No, not
Yeah,
really.
I respect that.
Great booking.
What's that? He was good, Dave. No,
It's a good booking.
He's been on before.
He's good.
That's my second time.
I remember
saw
him now. I
potential
remember being
in him last
annoyed with him the first time too. But he's a good annoying. He's like a nice guy.
I think you did your welcome back anytime. You do it for everybody, just to
That
be
doesn't
nice.
mean anything.
Yeah. Well, it does to me when you're booking and you're desperate. But yeah.
I thought that guy you guys tried out was pretty good.
DG,
Yeah.
2.5 years. He doesn't know the way back history.
Who cares? This is the shit I hate. Who cares?
Who
Why
are
you
we
just-
talking about?
The guy they tried out in the producer show the other day.
Oh.
He was okay. I listened to some of it.
He was good.
But I hate that, Mike. Where he's like, you only listen for 2.5 years. So what? What are we penalizing people now? 'Cause they started listening?
Isn't there a guy in there that's isn't Fax? Oh, he's
Oh,
not
is he
there
still
anymore.
there or no?
Oh no,
No,
he's
not
back.
yet.
Oh, but
Yeah,
he's only listened for like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
He works for you.
Right. Yeah. As long as he can write timestamps. Yeah.
He can write timestamps.
He sure can.
A couple of them like 20 seconds apart.
Oh yeah,
Fast moving show, Kirk.
I guess
a lot of
Joe.
different topics.
I mean, yeah, Eddie Griffin. That'll be a quick timestamp today.
Got to put it in though.
That won't happen. That's gonna be. Are you going to not coach your kids' team again this weekend?
Well, first of all, I said if you listened, it's like a glorified play group, as I expected, and as
So you
I
showed up.
hoped.
Your kid was sick.
Yeah. So I showed up to you just want to. I think I brought that up.
Do you have like a coach's outfit, like sweats on?
No. Well, I had sweats and then quarter zip on. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a Colonnade look. Yeah.
Sporty. It was sporty though.
Yeah, the Dateline look.
Right. But
Solid
there's only 9
9
kids playing, so me being there was just awkward.
You taking pictures for Justin or no?
I was in the bushes.
We don't have a Dateline date, huh?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's kind of weird. I guess I don't know.
The guy on Dateline is Matthew Perry's stepfather.
We've said that many times, Joe. Many times, Joe. Many times. Keith Morrison is his name.
Yes.
You listen to the show, Joe?
Every day. I've
Just
listened
to get
to
that
every
sense or no?
single episode.
Every day. The show's not every day. I listen to the show every day.
Listen
You
to
can,
parts
check,
of it every day.
you can check my Spotify. You're number 2 next to Joe Rogan on my most listened to
Oh,
this
gee, you
year.
probably definitely voted for Harris then, I'm guessing. If Joe Rogan's number 1 on your list.
Well,
there you go. All right, so we're back Monday. Mike, go to blindmike.net, Blind Mike Project. Mike will be appearing. He'll be scouting comedy talent tonight, perhaps, in the great state of Connecticut.
Scratching me where I itch.
That could be its own episode.
Future
for
episode,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. Joe, enjoy the wedding.
thank you.
You're welcome here down the road at some point, I suppose. So, Dave, Monday is Mike and Mama Kay.
Correct.
You had that experience before.
Yes.
The last time she was on, you were here.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got this weekend, Justin?
This,
That's Friday.
and then nothing else like planned.
Okay, I want to have a Laconia call sometime. Whenever I know you're running around. We're all running around this weekend, so we will do that at some point. Thanks to Dan Katz for joining us today, which is, I imagine the show will be viewed heavily and listened to heavily today because of that, which is good. I thought he was fine. And things back to normal, I guess. Surviving, goodbye. It's back to old KMS stuff Monday. I'll be curious about the chicken fry fallout and the Robin Glazer stuff, which I stand by. I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm lying, I'm flying. My feet are on the ground, Mike. You know what I mean?
Damn straight.
All right. Talk to you Monday. Goodbye.